Shoot, man. Welcome to another week of the Mondeh Report. It's T, you know what I'm saying? You can find me at the Monday blog. What's good, fellas? Another week, you know what I'm saying? Another fewer topics, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. How y'all feeling?
We're feeling good, man. We're feeling good.
All right, so got a little different format this week, so we're just gonna start with like what we got for this week, and then we'll go right into the front page. Um, So for front page, is Ti the real king of the South? Then we got some NCAA football, NFL, NCAA basketball, NBA. Nice finance topic. So what would you do with $100? Then we got a world segment to kind of end things off this time. So let's go ahead and get started. So the front page topic this week is Ti the king of the South? Is he the real king of the South? So he just dropped a new video where he had dreads for like the last few years, right? And he went back to the clean cut that most of his fans are kind of familiar with, from when he was atop the game. So during that time, like he'd go around boasting that he was the king of the South, and there was a lot of heavy hitters in the game, and so it just made me really think about Ti's impact and where y'all would and what y'all think about him always saying that he was the king of the South.
I think Ti kind of like he you got to market yourself in some type of way, and that's what he chose.
Yeah, so would like kind of expand on that.
I mean, I think it was a marketing scheme. I mean, like so Wayne was the best rapper alive. Um, Kanye was the quote greatest producer alive. Uh, you know, Ti was king of the South, and like those particular type of rappers had particular I guess I guess you would say descriptions of themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like what they call themselves.
Alter ego.
I wouldn't even say alter egos, just like they claim to fame. Like what's your claim to fame? Oh, I'm the greatest rapper alive. What's your claim to fame? Oh, I'm the king of the South. So I think all them guys around that time kind of like had that, you know, that type of branding, and that's what he chose. I don't think he meant anything by it. I mean, Ti was hot for a second. Like he was hot. He was hot. I ain't gonna lie. Ti was super hot. Like super, super, super hot. Like from shit, Be Easy, 24s, and Motivation and ASAP, Bring Them Out. Then he went to, oh yeah, he had some hits.
Yeah, see,
He was hot, bro. He was hot, so he could have called himself that.
you feel like he could call himself the king of the South? Like that was accurate. See for me, I had to really sit down and really think about it. Like the South is a large like area, right? So we're talking like you'd have to have influence from like Texas all the way to Virginia, right? And so I had to really think about who had the most influence over that area for like the longest period of time. And that for me, that's where it kind of gets hard because I feel like Ti had that stature, but as far as like universally recognized across the South, I feel like the closest to it for me was probably Wayne in terms of like having respect, like, people in Virginia saying like this is like, the top, the top of the top from the South, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not really sure that Ti was really as hot in Virginia as he was everywhere else in the South, you know? And so like Lil Wayne for me, and then definitely like Outkast too. Like I feel like out like the peak of Outkast, like I feel like in stature, they had they had a higher peak. And so if we're talking about the Kings, like I don't know, I feel like those three might come up before Ti, but definitely Wayne for me. If I had to say one rapper was the king of the South, I probably would say Wayne.
We, I think you're looking at this wrong. I think you looking at the South as in northeast, southwest. I think Ti was looking at South like the southern, like like culture areas. Like it's probably states in the South that are not southern, if that makes sense. So what I'm thinking he's saying is he likes to, or in the past, if I'm not mistaken, has taken the credit for inventing the term trap music because
Yeah,
he came out with the album in like 2000 or 2001, something like that. He was a man of the people for it, like the people or similar type areas that he grew up in. You get what I'm saying? He was saying
yeah,
he the king of that type of environment, his stomping grounds, which is he probably felt like, especially making ATL. If you looked at how he described like Cascades and all this, he probably looking at Atlanta as the South, the southern of the South. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
the blackest or the whatever you however you want to think of it or describe it. He probably looking at it like this is the epitome of the South, and I'm the king around here. I hold it down. I look out for my people. I do this. Is what I do it for. Now,
Okay, according to that, do you feel like Ti lived up to that like the most, or
yeah,
was there another rapper?
yeah, I do. I feel like he did because for one thing, nobody called him out about it. He said, "I'm the king of the South," and not one person questioned or made him have to stand on it. You saying, "Oh, I think Lil Wayne is the king of the South," but at the beginning of the Top Back Freestyle on Drought 3, he is the king, ladies and gentlemen. That is my brother. Like he's showing his own respect because he might not have dominated or, you know what I'm saying, been the top of the top his way. It's like for somebody to be like, all right, I'm the best offensive player in the whole Western Conference. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And then it's another dude who like whatnot. Let's say he the best defensive player in the Western Conference, right?
yeah,
That would be Ti. And then you got somebody else who play defense as well, but they might be a little better because they are more offensive, well rounded. So in them, you know what I'm saying? Him showing him respect, like, hey, he the best defender. You know what I'm saying? Like he it might be debatable that he not even a better defender than me. You get what I'm saying? But out of respect, he want to call himself that. I'm okay with it because I know that I'm highly regarded as better and not just defensively. You get what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at Wayne saying, yeah, Ti is the king of the South. Because I mean, we could say Andre 3000, but Andre 3000 hasn't done anything by himself solo outside of that Double Disc Outcast album where, excuse me, him and Big Boy did kind of their own thing, but to collaborate on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's why a lot of people question. A lot of people look at Andre 3000 like CP3, like the way Boogie Cousins look at CP3. A lot of people look at him like that. Like, what has he done? Like, I get it, he was good or whatever, but he ain't. What has he done? What has he shown? So, but back to this thing, when Phil was saying they claim the fame, I think I don't think it was a claim the fame thing. I think it was because rap was still a sport back then. It was still rooted in competition one way or however much. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So think of it as like boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Deontay the Bronze
A
Bomber
title,
Wilder.
a title would be a title. They had that was their title.
Yeah.
But but I'm saying, like, I feel like it was more showmanship. You get what I'm saying? Like, it
Yeah.
was because they were in competition. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? And when I said alter egos, I guess I just really spoke too soon, even though all of them do have alter egos. Jay-Z got Hove, T.I. got T.I.P. and T.I. or whatever else the king is, however you want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wayne got Tunchi and all this. Drake got Mr. Champagne or Champagne Poppy or Six God, you feel me? So like they all do have alter egos as well, but that wasn't what we were speaking about. So, you know what I'm saying? But I think it was just a part of showmanship, showing pride in who you are, what you represent, and you being able to say, I'm the best. Because it is rappers, like it is a multitude of rappers. It is a multitude of rappers from the South, but ain't none of them doing it like me. I'm the king. I'm better than all these. Anybody you can name. Andre, Big Boy, and also, if I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn that T.I. had a Outcast or maybe not Outcast, UGK or at the very least a Bun B cosign when he first came out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that has a lot to do with it as well, as far as people saying he's the king of the South. Because if you want to say people were bigger, shit, if that's the case, people can say Gucci Man might be the king of the South. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't what it's about, though. It wasn't necessarily saying I'm literally the king of the South. I feel like that was just him, like, representing, you know what I'm saying? Like the bronze bomber, the Canadian cannon or some shit. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think that type of stuff left it open for you to step up. If you don't think I'm the king, show me. Because you can't do whatever you think you can do. I'm doing it. I done it, and I'm still doing it. Like, I can do it again.
Yeah.
This right here. This is stamped. So
What's your
it ain't
take?
even no
Oh, my bad.
conversation. You got to show me,
Yeah.
and then we can get into that. But if ain't nobody gonna question it, if ain't nobody gonna make me stand on it, it is what it is. I said what I said.
Yeah. But see, people challenged him though. I mean,
Like who?
Wayne didn't necessarily challenge him for the King of the South, but T.I. got into, what I'm saying, his things with people, you know what I'm saying?
But if it wasn't about them being the king of the South, that's kind of irrelevant. If I say
Yeah.
I'm the king of Tuscaloosa, and then somebody from Birmingham come over here and he got beef for me because I cut him off in traffic, that ain't him challenging me because I'm the king of Tuscaloosa. That's just some separate shit.
So the ludicrous thing that he had, that wasn't really about stature. That was more about
It might have
just
been rap
rap.
skills.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have been about rap skills. I feel like it was more so respect in the rap game. But I don't think it was about skills. But at the same time, even when they was into it, when they had words, Luda ain't say you ain't. You don't even have to say I'm the king and you're not. Ain't nobody told him that he's not the king. To my remembrance.
Yeah.
And if somebody did, it was somebody who don't have no type of leg to stand on with that argument. Of course, if I'm from where Tip from and I got a biased reason to say he not the king, whether it's emotional or rooted in facts or truth and reality or whatever, ain't none of his peers saying it. Nobody that was in competition with him saying it. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the only way we would take somebody who not in that world opinion serious about Ti is if they were like a truly diehard fan of him. I'm talking about like had all this. I'm talking about collected merch, autographs, went to every show, donated money, whatever. Got a tattoo of his face on his chest or some shit like that on the side of his face. That's the only way somebody outside of relevance can be relevant. And even still, that's just we can just chalk you up to being a crazed fan. Something wrong with you. You're being parasocial. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it ain't really nobody who can question it that was not in the industry or in the game. Or at the very least covering it heavily. You get what I'm saying? Like on the outside looking in. Like if you were somebody who was reporting on this type of stuff, like a Skip Bayless or something like that. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying Skip Bayless is respectable as far as what he's saying. I'm just giving that as an example of somebody who I would be like, you know what, this guy has some room to talk.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what Cloudy got to say though, because he older out of me, him, and Phil. So he would have a lot more brain capacity at the age when all this was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like we were a little bit younger, so we might not have perceived it the same way he perceived it. So I'm interested to see what he's saying.
He low key called me a unk, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's all G, you heard?
Why, yeah.
Y'all heard that part?
Yeah.
He said, you know what I'm saying? He might have a little bit more brain capacity because, you know what I'm saying? His hairline's already gray and shit. Yo, like real shit though, man. Like everything was valid. Only thing I would add to it though is I just challenge just little discrepancies in there because, you know, niggas in the comments to what Kane said to say that there was some pushback, kind of piggybacking off of what T said. But, you know, you kind of cleared that up because, like, he was challenged by Flip. You know what I'm saying? They even had a squabble in Flip's hood about that whole King of the South shit. T.I. pulled up, you feel me, caught the fade with Flip. From everybody's accounts, T.I. won. But he did kind of have some swole on the side of his face. But, you know, Flip really ain't have any camera appearances after T.I. showed up. So it was just assumed that Flip looked a lot worse than T.I. did. You know what I'm saying? The Ludacris thing, I don't think I think it subliminally was about the King of the South shit, but how they went about doing it, Ludacris did some bitch ass shit that the streets didn't rock with. He basically Young Buck sent they were on they were doing cameos on Young Buck Stomp, right? And Young Buck sent T.I. The song didn't even let him really know what who else was gonna be on the song. You see what I'm saying? So T.I. recorded his verse like in 30 minutes, bro. And then Young Buck sent that shit with T.I.'s verse on it to Ludacris. So Ludacris had sat on it for a lot more time and then did some real sneaky ass shit. And so he had that please stay off the TIP of my dick line. And so it was perceived that Ludacris had smashed on T.I., but you know, when the real story of it all came out, you know what I'm saying? So like there's been some pushback on it, but nothing of real substance, man. And And when you look at how shit's played out to date, especially with like people's political involvement and everything, I don't really think you could dispute the fact that, you know, T.I. is the king of the South, man. I like how Phil kicked it off and everything, you know, and how, you know, everybody's input is pretty valid, bro. Some people will say that, you know, maybe like old heads might mention, you know, people like UGK. It's really regional as far as the South is, because, you know, Atlanta rappers don't have no jurisdiction over like a lot of shit happening in Texas, or, you know, some parts of Tennessee or like Florida, and those are just as southern as anywhere in Georgia, bro. So, and and a lot of those places still take offense to people in Georgia claiming to be, you know what I'm saying, any type of leaders of the South, especially out of Texas, bro, when really they been standing on their own shit. A nigga could just sell in Texas and be straight as Sauce Walker. You know what I'm saying? So who's T.I. to say he the king of the South to somebody like that? You feel me? So those are just the only pushbacks I could see. And then Wayne, you know, when Wayne said he was the best rapper alive, bro, when a nigga said he was the king of the South. So, bruh, if you say I'm the best hooper in ninth grade, and I say that's cool, bruh, but I'm the best rapper in this whole school, that's kind of like me shitting on you, bro. It's like you saying, all right, I'm the king of the South. Me saying, like, bruh, I'm the king of the United States, nigga. What the fuck is that? Like, niggas was on that shit, bro. So here T.I. saying I'm the king of the South, bro. You got niggas like Cassidy, Wayne, and all these niggas out at the time. This nigga saying he the king of the South, like, yeah, and so, but see, the way Kane like cleared that up was it was at a time where a lot of competitiveness was going on in rap, though. It was a lot more competitive. You see what I'm saying? And y'all need to watch our other episodes for a little bit more insight as to where I'm coming from. But like nowadays, rappers are more influential than they were back then. They were more athletic back in the days. You know what I'm saying? So a statement like I'm the king of the South was thrown out there just to see who was going to compete. You see what I'm saying? And some rappers did, and some rappers folded, just like how J. Cole did. That's why it's hard for him to get any respect right now, because niggas remember when he didn't want to come outside. You see what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, we could push on though, man. That was pretty solid on all aspects, man.
Yeah. Anything else on that? Or
I was gonna say something, but
yeah,
you fucked me up with that J. Cole line. I was like, yeah. I was
How you
gonna
feel
say
though? That was
when you
valid
know
though, right?
y'all remember, bro, when I had the topic, you know what I'm saying, what hip hop needs or what can make it better. This is what I was talking about, bro. Like it needs to be competitive again. And like I was talking to Phil before that, and I was telling him I was gonna bring up Benny the Butcher, but I didn't get to on the actual podcast. Benny the Butcher, I feel like I like Benny the Butcher, and I feel like the reason Phil probably like him too is because he raps like he's the best rapper in the game. Like he talks like it, like y'all niggas not fucking with me with this rap shit. And he's like, I don't know nobody else saying that besides, you know, Wayne might slip in a couple lines or something like that in a verse, but we know Wayne is past his prime. He just really probably doing this shit for fun, for real now at this point. Because what else can he accomplish, right? But I feel like that's probably the reason somebody like me or somebody like Phil likes Benny the Butcher, even though he's clearly not the best artist or the best. He probably not even the best rapper. The fact that he's got that hunger, that competitiveness, it's like when you rapping it, you know what I'm saying? Like we used to rap stuff like I'm the best rapper alive since the best rapper then died. We used to rap stuff like that, and we used to feel like we was them saying that. Like we knew it was somebody else's song and we was rapping somebody else's lyrics. But when you a fan of somebody like that, And you know what I'm saying? It just kind of move you. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of give you a little type of energy, hype you up a little bit. And I feel like with the influencers now being the artists instead of the artists being influential, they don't compete no more. They just flex. Like they're not
Hey,
competing over skill and who the best. They just flexing. That's their competition to see who can flex the hardest.
hey, can I add something to what Kane said? Because I felt that, and I also remember you asking a question, or we having a conversation about Griselda, bro, back when they was having a super crazy ass run in the game. It might have been right when they was signing the Shady or whoever they signed to, but you were asking me who I thought was the best member in the group, and I think I said West Side Gun, and you had said Benny the Butcher then, and this is like half a decade ago. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who else out the crew you said fucked with West Side Gun. I don't think it was Phil. I forget, but I know you were solid on that Benny the Butcher, and how you just described him. That's what I think of the main gang over there in Griselda, West Side Gun, even Conway. They rap with that type of confidence right there. And you know, it's not just that anybody in the game can do it. It's that the confidence those rappers rap with, it's authentic. They put in shots, and they're in the gym putting up shots, bro. You see what I'm saying? You know it when you hear it. You see what I'm saying? And
And you know what else though? And you know
yeah,
what else, Cloudy? You can tell they love what they do, bro. You
facts.
can you can feel the passion in how in what they doing, bro.
That's why I used to love pulling up to the gym with y'all hooping at Tiki Church. That's why I used to love when Phil guarded me, bro. And they gonna guard me 94 feet out here, bro. Niggas ain't going into the studio like that no more, man. And you could tell, you could hear it in the music, man. You can hear it in the music.
All right, so we good. Swag. All right, so I think we got a string of sports topics. So with the NCAA, in NCAA football, the playoff is staying at 12 teams for the next season. There's been a lot of like conversation as to whether or not they should expand. Some people have favored going to 16 teams. Some people have favored going to 24 teams. But that's going to be on hold until after next season. The Big Ten and the SEC are seen as key to any sort of expansion that does go on. So the playoff stays at 12 teams for now. So as far as if that's like really good from my point of view, I really think that it should be closer to like 8 games. I mean, not 8 games, 8 teams. I feel like after 8 teams, I feel like you're really not going to get a national champion out of that. Um, I really feel like after 8 teams, there's really no point. So I'd stay at 8 teams. That's just my opinion. Be
With the
interested
10
to
seed just
see
going
see
to the
what y'all
national
think.
championship,
Say what?
the
Hold
10
up.
seed just went to the national championship.
Who just went to it?
The 10 seed.
Oh, the 10 seed. Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
well, I
Yep. The
mean,
10 seed did
they
just go. That's
they
facts.
they decided to let them in. But the one team won, still. So
But I,
I
I
feel,
He
I feel
has a
like they
point,
should be
fam.
8 teams, man.
He has a
nah,
point. Look at who the
12.
10th seed beat.
Yeah, the 10 seed beat the 3 seed. 10
Yeah,
seed beat the 6 seed.
yeah.
I mean,
So you feel like it
and
should
they
still be 12?
dominated both games.
Yeah, I mean,
You
yeah,
think
some
it should stay at
outliers.
12, Phil?
Yeah. You said, say what?
No, I was asking Phil, does he think it should stay at 12?
If they, I I got a lot of thoughts about college football in general. So staying at 12 is good for me, but I think um I think that so many different things should happen. First of all, 12 is good, but the season should start sooner. Like the season should start a lot sooner than it does.
Why do you
So,
say that?
okay, so the problem with everything is that college football runs too late. And I've seen it this particular time. Nobody cared that the game itself was on a Monday, but the fact that it happened pretty much after those incredible NFL games that happened, just a day before. Like nobody really cared. Like, you know what I mean? Like college comes before the NFL. Like college starts before the NFL, and it shouldn't end around the time where the NFL has just basically two more weekends of football to play. Like it
Yeah.
it makes it draws the season out, right? And it's a lot of empty space. And you try to create like buzz around college football in that time, and it just doesn't work for everybody that's involved. Maybe it works for the people that are promoting the games and promoting the sport in general, but I think that the biggest problem is that we don't have like the times in which we're not talking about football. Like right now, nobody's going to be talking about college football unless it's involved with the transfer portal. But until like, because schedules have already come out, so you know who you playing and you know what week you playing them on, right? So you don't really have any type of buzz until spring practice. Well, they're not even showing spring practice on, screen anymore. Well, they might now since the transfer portal is only like it's only one time you can open, but that's not necessarily true either. So the the thing about it is that like let's just try to model the NFL as much as we can, right? So summer practice is OTAs, and then you start training camp for fall. So July, so like June, like the end of June, July, like August, those are when you like start your like right after SEC media days, we start OTAs. We got like the SEC network visiting different campuses. We got like freshmen coming in, like that's when the new freshmen can come in. Everybody can have a fresh start. Do away with the whole spring shit. Like we don't, you know, we need a break. We need like a real break, like where everybody gets to say, hey, we're not doing anything at this time. We just training. Like y'all might have, it just might be a long vacation. It might just be a better off season, like a quality of life thing where coaches, administrators, people just don't have to worry about college football. And that can be from like February to like the end of April. Like, well, we just like nobody's doing nothing. Like, kids can start because they'll be like, oh, so when the kids are gonna do like their summer camps and all that, dog, they can do that shit their junior year. And when they become a senior, if they graduate early, they could just jump on. So it's like you're not a senior at this point, still doing like a recruiting circuit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the seniors are positioned for their senior year to already, because they're already signed. I mean, they're already committed. All they got to do is just show more senior tape, so they could probably like negotiate maybe a higher NIL deal. You dig what I'm saying? Like that'll be the only reason, because right after you get done with playoffs, you signing on to you going to school anyway. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So college should start at the end of June with OTAs, and then when August rolls around, training camp, and at the end of August, you start your first game, and then you give everybody at least two, maybe three, if you can do it, um, bye weeks.
Yeah.
And then you play it out from there. And then instead of hosting bowl games, like sponsors can host playoff games. Like
Yeah.
you could just like paint the stadium in your like whatever you're branding. You feel what I'm saying? Like y'all got like the commercial rights to that playoff game. So like we're gonna air y'all commercials the most. You know what I mean? Y'all branding gonna be on the field. Like it's gonna be around the stadium. You're gonna partner with the school to maybe give some scholarships, you know what I'm saying, and get some tax write-offs. Like you're gonna start back investing, corporations can start investing directly into schools. Like I mean, whatever legalities they gotta work out to do that. I mean, I'm just saying, like it makes sense if college football runs from June to the 1st of January and be done.
Yeah. I like that. Just gets out of the way of the NFL playoffs.
Yep. All together. We're not even competing with the NFL playoffs. Like they got division Saturday, they got like everything. They got all like right before the NFL start their playoffs, college football it has ended. Transfer portal, all that shit. Like you could do that transfer portal shit in March. You know what I'm saying? Open that hole in March and then just let it ride. Like let it ride for the whole month of March. So you can so coaches get the opportunity to visit guys. They can come on campus, like all that tampering and shit that's going on with guys are the portal not closed, but guys still jumping in the portal because they got schools. Is like all that shit can stop. You got a whole month to get your roster together, so nobody's scrambling. You know what you got going into the season. The portal open once, it closes once, and it's in March. Like you could do it when time spring forward. That Monday right after time spring forward, you could say, boom, the portal's open. Let it run for a month. Like, and then at that time, everybody will be, you don't gotta worry about enrolling nowhere. You can do it from March to the end of when school stops, like to the end of class. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can end it then. Nobody has to worry about this whole enrollment thing. Once you got all that planned away, now y'all can start like training, or the coaches can start getting their game plan together as far as like what they're gonna do at the end of June. Like once, like or July. You did gonna say I meant to say I meant to say July. Like the
Yeah.
middle of July, whatever. Whenever right after fucking SEC media days is. So
Yeah.
like the week after that, or like immediately right after that, we going into OTAs. So you got from May to the middle of July to like organize your program. You know what you got on your roster. You know what kind of recruits you're gonna be getting because it still leave that window for recruits to come visit in the summertime. So from January to when uh daylight savings ends, that's your off period. That's when you go on vacation with your family. That's when you do all that bullshit. If you
Yeah.
can't get it done then you're not getting it done. But in the summertime, y'all working. We talking about college football. We seeing college football. We looking at OTAs. Different schools are going to other schools to practice and stuff. You got fans that's coming out to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's possible.
Yeah. It is. What's your take, Cloud?
Well, man, I'm rocking with Phil in on some points. Overall, just on the topic, man, I think it should really expand, bro. And here's where I'm coming from. All right, yeah, I hear you out with the conservation of the teams to 8, and the reason being competition. You know what I'm saying? But and it's mainly because motherfuckers don't want to see teams from the Mountain West in no college football playoff. Let's just be real. We don't want to see Air Force, Boise State, none of them Bamas out that way, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we don't want to see nobody from the Northeast, straight up. Not even Rutgers, G. You heard? We don't want to see none of them. But so I understand that. But when you think about the facts that just looking at the revenue of the collegiate landscape, right?
Yeah.
Like they're banking on college football and college basketball straight up. Nobody else, man. If you thought your sport was bringing in money, man, go to sleep straight up. Unless you in the SEC or like, you know what I'm saying? Big Ten, the powerhouse conferences,
Yeah.
But if you want to scale uh, financially, bro, collectively speaking, then the only way to do that is to expand the seed pool, bro, because the bowl game excitement is dead, bro. When we were kids, bro, you know what I'm saying? What the Rose Bowl meant, that shit does not mean the same thing today.
Way
If
different.
it's not part of the college football playoffs, bro. You know what I'm saying? The annual rising up Under Armour Bowl, bro. Nobody give a fuck about that shit, bro. The NCAA, if it's not a part of the college football playoff, nobody watching it unless it includes teams that are like, locally, available to you.
Yeah.
So I just think it's gonna keep expanding, bro, because a lot of those bowl games they're gonna lose money from how like the attention to them are, and then especially with the way these streaming deals are all over the board. Like you can't just watch bowl games at ESPN now, man. You might catch a game with Peacock, and how many motherfuckers got Peacock, bro? Like shit might be streaming over there, it might be over here, so like with that shit being scattered all around though, bro, I think the only way to conserve it financially for a lot of these places is gonna be that, or them pushing towards like a couple super conferences with something we ain't never seen before, bro. Like with like 20 plus teams, dog, where they sending a whole gang of motherfuckers to the playoffs. It's gonna be you're just gonna be looking at different ways for people to stay financially relevant, bro, because of how big of a dent football leads to is on, what I'm saying, the revenue
Yeah.
side of it. So that's why I'm saying that it probably should expand,
Yeah.
But I know Kane might have another take on that.
Yeah. Got anything, huh?
I'm just not big on college football. That's why he said that he knew I wasn't gonna have nothing.
Shoot. Any last thoughts, Phil?
Roll Tide.
All right. So we're moving to the NFL. I think we all agree with that. So, all right. So we got conference championships this week. So we got the AFC championship with the Broncos hosting the Patriots. The Patriots are a 3.5 point favorite on the road in that game. And then in the NFC, you got the Seahawks hosting the Rams. and the Seahawks are favored in that game. So what do we think is going to happen in these games? So I'd say for the AFC, I'll probably go Broncos. I like Broncos at home. See, my thing is Drake May hasn't played on the road yet, right? And this is his first playoff. So I'm like, I gotta see it. I feel like everybody feels like the Patriots are like the Tom Brady Patriots, and I'm still kind of waiting to see what's gonna happen with that. So I'm going with the Broncos at home. I like the home team. If I'm going to like inexperienced quarterbacks or quarterbacks I have questions about, I'm gonna go with the home team quarterback and the Broncos defense to hold it down. So that's my pick. And then Seahawks Rams. I like Rams. I feel like the Rams been on a mission, and I feel like they get to a Super Bowl. I like them to win just outright in that one. So I like a Rams Broncos Super Bowl. Yeah. Any thoughts?
I'm pitching, man.
Yeah.
Hell, look, man. I do not agree with that Broncos pick, G. I think the Patriots were like the only team in the playoffs left who went under. Bro, do you know how hard it is to go undefeated in any sport on the road? The Patriots did that. Yeah, Drake May hasn't played on the road yet in the playoffs, but in the regular season, bro, when niggas was lunching, bro, he went to your house, bro, and he went into your kitchen and opened the refrigerator like he lived there, G. You know what I'm saying? He did that every road game. Drake May did that. You know what I'm saying? First year coach. You know what I'm saying? Who is a Super Bowl winning Patriot who restored order to that organization, G. Sean Payton over there playing around. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he in Hollywood and shit. His starting quarterback just busted his shit last week, and he putting in an Auburn quarterback. He putting in an Auburn quarterback
Yeah.
to make his first start this
Yeah.
whole season in the playoffs, playing against some niggas that went undefeated on the road, who got a defense, who run the ball every game. So you know what that means about the line of scrimmage, right? These niggas run the ball every game, the Patriots do. Man, I don't care if they at home. They got a backup quarterback who played at Auburn. You know what I'm saying? I have to emphasize that shit. You know what I'm saying? You earn the mean. That's a no-brainer. And then over there with the Hawks and the Rams, bro, you know what's crazy, bro? It's like when you look at it divisionally, bro, it's three Western teams left in the playoffs versus one, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like it's a high probability that the Super Bowl winner is gonna be a team out the West. It's just with those stats that I just gave you about the Patriots, they really don't have to throw the ball for real, for real. And then Stephon Diggs is trying to ensure that, you know what I'm saying, his child support will be paid. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's just with the Patriots. But over there to the NFC thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the game that's a toss up to me because both of those teams want blood and both of those teams can play any different type of way. They're both dynamic. They both got defenses. That's the game that's a toss up, more of a toss up. But if there's a game that I say is the easier pick, I think it's the Bronco Patriot game. You know, because I just think the Patriots are more complete than the Broncos. Yeah, that's just how it
Yeah.
feels.
So you got Patriots.
I got Patriots for sure. Toss up on the other.
Yeah. Who you like, Phil?
I like I like the Pats to win. Um, and is just just that goddamn road stand alone. But I mean, I think there's a formula for teams to win a Super Bowl nowadays, and you got to have like a quarterback that's on his rookie contract. And two of those teams got those guys, but Bo Nix is hurt now.
Yeah.
Um, so I think the Patriots gonna win this game. I do think they're gonna make it interesting. Um, but I think I take the Pats winning by what's the line?
3.5.
They'll win by 3.
All right. So take Broncos plus that 3.5.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, who'd you have? Seahawks, Rams?
I like the Rams
Like
just
Rams?
based on the cultic reasons. But yeah, the Rams.
Yeah.
But it's really a toss up. Like if the Seahawks can run the football and they can throw that thing, like it's gonna be tough to beat them. But I don't think the Rams are going. I just don't see the Rams losing to them 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Sam Darnold due for a fuck up, man. He is due, man.
Any takes, Kane? Super Bowl. Oh, come on, man.
But if Matthew Stafford goes back to the Super Bowl, is he a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yeah.
Hell
Hell
nah.
yeah.
Hell nah, bro.
What?
That nigga went like 1-16 in Detroit. There is no Hall of Fame nigga who got stats like that, bro. In no sport. That nigga probably played for a winless Detroit team. I don't care how many Super
Jim Kelly
Bowls.
is Jim Kelly a Hall of Fame quarterback?
What are you trying
Yeah.
to say? He played
Yeah.
for a winless team? Jim Kelly played for a winless team, bro?
I'm just saying, like Jim Kelly went to the Super Bowl 4 times, bro. Like if somebody went to the NBA Finals 4 times, like they would be in the Hall of Fame. Like
No,
they
I'm
would.
saying in relation to Matthew Stafford, though.
Matthew
Matthew,
Stafford has won. He has won one, but he would have been to one. He would have been to 2.
yeah.
He's like one of the all-time passing leaders. Uh, he played alongside Calvin Johnson. I mean, like some of the best. He's thrown to some of the best wide receivers. Like if Devontae Adams, because of course, if he goes, he's getting the golden jacket.
So
Yeah.
what you saying is that Derek Fisher should have a jacket too.
Nah, but Pau Gasol got one.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? Touche, motherfucker. That's some good shit, bro. Yeah, yeah. So Derek Fisher should have one then. Yeah.
Does Robert Ory have one?
That's the original shit I was gonna ask you though. But then I just was like, damn, maybe I should say Derek Fisher. You feel me?
I mean, Julian Edelman. I don't know if he has a Hall of Fame jacket.
That nigga came
Yeah. He's
crazy.
a Hall of Famer, bro.
Nah, you lying.
No, I mean he doesn't have one, but he's going to. He's going to. All right. Well, I think we're done with that. Go to NBA or NCAA basketball. So Bama recently benefited from a court case. So Charles Bediako, who used to play for Bama back in 2023, was allowed in a recent court case to join the Bama squad this season. And that ruling allowed for him to do that at least for 10 days. And, pending, future court hearings to allow him to play the whole season. So he's back for, I think, the game tonight. and whatever game falls within the next 10 days. 2 years ago when he played for Bama, he was at around like 6.5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. Then he ended up going to the G League and had 3 stops there. So how do y'all feel about that? Y'all feel like it's good that he can? All right, he leaves Bama after 2 seasons, goes to the G League for I guess the last 2 seasons, and then he comes back to Bama. Like, what do y'all feel about that?
And can you want to jump off?
Yeah, let Kane jump it off.
Yeah, he ain't supposed.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I swear, bro. I meant to send something like this to y'all, bro. I've been seeing in the past week. I seen like, cause they got like troll pages, right? Like NBA Centel. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Centel crazy, bro.
All
Centel
right, so
crazy.
I don't even be knowing what's real and what's not until like when I first see it. I have to, unless I really just seek it out. But I've been seeing stuff like Ben Simmons decided to accept his eligibility and return to LSU or something like that. And it was somebody else, bro. It was somebody else besides Ben Simmons. That might have been a troll based off what y'all talking about, because I haven't heard nothing about this right here. But I've been seeing a lot of tweets saying so and so is gonna come back or go back and play and return because they eligible to still play. And a lot of people was like, that's weak, bro. Like if you go to the league or if you draft, or you shouldn't be able to come back. So like I really want to know how y'all feel about it, because to be honest, I really want to know how I feel about it until it's actually a real thing. Like the idea of it is one thing, because I might not give a damn. But then I see somebody suiting up and then start beating up on college kids, like when you a teenager playing against little kids standing at the little playhouse hoop right there, and then just swatting everything they throw up. Like, nah, that ain't cool, bro. That ain't cool, bro. Like, is he doing this salary free? Like when Trump ran for president, since you already made money, you like I'm just saying you already had NIL deals probably.
That's a good question. But
So I mean, like, what we talking about? Because if you're just doing this for the love of the game, I'm not mad. I can see pros for it, but ultimately, outside of the pros, it's just kind of just like, what are we doing? Because maybe college kids who do have the potential to go pro can benefit from playing from somebody who has tasted the pro level and wasn't, you know what I'm saying, necessarily able to sustain or, you know what I'm saying, adapt to the game. So them coming back and then being like another layer or level of difficulty for, you know what I'm saying, for college level kids, I can see that being a positive maybe. But outside of that, what are the real positives for it? Like, who is this helping? Because unless they was a real superstar or whatever, I mean, I guess it would benefit the team, and we can have this. We can have Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish.
Yep.
I think I seen something that said Cam Reddish was going back to was going to play at a school. That might have been a troll too, though, bro.
that's more believable though than the Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's been accounts of like people older than me going back to college because of just that rule right there. So I understand. I understand why Bediako was allowed back, but it is kind of crazy. But this is the thing that really gets me. TU, let me see that graphic again, man. I need to see what he was averaging that got him drafted, because that's really what makes me mad more than anything. This nigga was. Did you say 6.5 points? Here's 6.5 points.
Yeah.
6.6 points, 5.2 rebounds, and almost 2 blocks. in two
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
In 2 seasons, he didn't get the double double. I overlooked something. He's 7 feet,
Yeah.
but
See.
he ain't even Zach Edey though, bro.
Nah.
Zach Edey was putting up better numbers than this, bro. So this can't be. I don't know if this is NIL move for him to get more money because he was like, man, I was getting more money in college
Yeah.
than the G League. Just him specifically,
Yeah.
because I know like with the older guy who went back to play college football, I think it was more so like a passion thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like a money grab. But this guy right here, it could be like a money grab.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at the numbers, but I think G Leaguers get paid somewhere around a quarter mil or comparable to like WNBA players.
A
Yeah.
quarter mil per game?
Nah.
No. Annually, like every year. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm
saying?
about to
Something like
say
that.
for
Oh
nigga.
no.
I'm about to say nigga. That's
That'd be easy right
we
there.
getting there that money. We getting there.
Hell nah. Hell nah, bro. People don't, but nah, I ain't gonna fake though. Some of those G League teams do have decent crowd. But besides the point though, man, this homie right here though, bro, he probably making more money at Alabama than he was at the G League.
Yeah.
You know, he getting more eyes on him, definitely. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
SEC sports media definitely has more eyes than the NBA G League.
Yeah.
You
But
feel
what but
me?
what if it ain't about the
Yeah.
money? Hold on, let me put my camera.
Maybe it could be about him improving his
Okay.
draft stock. Maybe you know
Yeah.
what I'm
Didn't
saying?
he already go through the draft? You can go through the draft
Yeah,
twice.
yeah, but he went to the draft playing with Sears,
Yeah.
and that nigga was a Uzi.
Yeah.
I don't know why him coming back. He'll think it's any different because Pylon averaging like 19 shots a game.
Okay, but listen. What if it ain't about the money?
What you think it's about?
Like, what if he just want to like? What if he just want to feel like that guy again?
He was never that guy, bro. Not
Nah.
But
at
I'm just
Bama.
I'm saying I'm not saying that guy on the court.
Oh,
I'm
like,
saying you walk around campus. You know
oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because when he was in South Dakota, AT, you put up that graphic one more time. You said he.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see the teams he played for. Because that's an interesting point, Kane.
Yeah.
That's real shit. I didn't even think about that. Let me zoom in.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Austin, Grand
Yeah.
Rapids, though. That's your
Grand
point.
Rapids and
Oh, but
Detroit.
nobody knew him in none of these cities, bro. You're
Couldn't
right.
have.
Nobody knew him in Austin. Grand Rapids? Well, that's in Michigan.
Yeah.
Motor City, is that Detroit?
Yeah. I'm thinking it's the only Motor City
Oh
I know.
no, bro. Oh no. But he ain't playing for the Pistons though, so he
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
He right. What if he just wanted to feel like that guy again though? People gonna know him around here because he like the only 7 footer in the city.
For real. For real. My question is, because of NIL, do you even really need the G League? Because if you can make like a couple million or a couple 100,000, there's really no point in having a G League. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I swear to God, bro, y'all been cooking today. Listen, this is another topic I forgot to send, bro, because I was thinking, bro. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think every team in the league is legit?
Hell no.
Like, like you
Not as
mean
in good or
like
bad. I'm saying,
they should be NBA teams?
okay, I'm gonna just put it like I ain't even gonna try to talk around it or build it up or nothing. I'm gonna just go directly into it. I have this theory, bro, that there are only a certain amount of real teams in the NBA. I haven't really thought deep enough into it and did some experiments or research to kind of really make this a real working theory or something to work with. But the reason I say it is because it's a theory of mine, bro, that at least two, the Washington Wizards and the Brooklyn Nets, I feel like they are NBA level. I feel like they are NBA G League teams, not
Like
NBA G
industry
League
plan,
teams, but G League teams in the actual NBA. The reason
like
I say this
industry
is
plan.
because it seems like they're always in a process of like setting up talent. It's like a little buffer. It's like a little hub. You got two teams, and they happen to both be in the East. But and I kind of wanted to mention like Charlotte or New Orleans, but let's just stick on New Orleans. I mean the Nets and the Wizards. Do you think that like there are at least two teams in the NBA that they really just use to kind of just it's just kind of a means to an end? Like, okay, we're gonna give them draft picks. We're gonna like that we not really sure, we really don't think gonna be none. We're gonna put them here, or maybe when we ready for the whole team, or we want to we want to punish this organization. I don't really know. Mind you, all this is theory. This is just something I'm looking at it because they are not generationally, but they're not repetitively. What's the word I'm looking for? They just always bad, and it just seems like it's like players get traded there, and either they own like expiring contract or they injured or whatever, they wash basically. And if
They
they
like
not
pass
washed,
rushing.
they go in there for a little bit of time before they go to another team.
Yeah. So like
Like,
placeholder teams.
yeah, like placeholders, like because you got like play okay, like for example, not Cam, is it Cam Johnson? Cam Johnson was over there at the Nets until the league was ready to put him somewhere else or was ready for him to go somewhere else. So then he ended up on the Nuggets, and then they sent an MPJ to no man's land. You know what I'm saying? To the gulag. You know
He
what I'm
got drafted
saying?
there. Cam got drafted to Brooklyn though, didn't he?
Cam Thomas.
But
I
but
think
what I'm saying
so.
is that's my like. I'm not saying did I say he went there? I meant he was there. I mean he was
Yeah.
there. But what I'm saying is that's like that kind of adds on to my point because he's not just if he's a star, he's a borderline star. He's just like right there, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like ain't all the way in there as a star. So we definitely not talking about superstar or max money players. Look how long he was there until another team opened up a spot for him, basically. Like I could be tripping. Like I could just be overthinking it or not thinking it enough. You know what I'm saying? But I just had the idea and I meant to send it to y'all to see what y'all think. But like, what do y'all think though? Do you think like there might be some type of truth to that, or like you know what I'm saying? Like might be a little smoke to the fire, or I'm maybe just tweaking.
Well, I think there could be like certain organizations that are owned by a certain group or family that certain owners just won't fuck with, you know, on a level like that. And maybe it's even deeper than that. Maybe it's even deeper than that. But maybe it's on a level that the organizations themselves that are so trash and consistently trash just are making so much money and they're always scaling up, that it's not even a reason to complain, you know. But
Yeah.
I think that's a conspiracy. I think a lot has to do with like um drafting, who you're drafting, um, the trades that happen, who, like I said, who the team is owned by has a lot to do with it. Front office management has a lot to do with it. Because like in the case of Washington, there were years where they were really competitive. And like always, man, a team might be hit with injuries. They had a team with with the guys from the Fab Five, man, Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, and some other guys. They were pretty competitive, but I don't know which one of those guys had got hurt, Chris Webber and Juwan Howard. And they had some legal issues that were going on, and that kind of messed up some things. And the Wizards with Gilbert Arenas were making runs, but he had his gun issues when they were gonna be competitive in the East, and that hurt the team. And yeah, so it's things like that that always go on. People look at the Clippers historically being bad, but they've had runs. The time when they were up in the playoffs and about to go to the finals, Chris Paul got injured.
Yep.
Things like that. Um, but I know there are other franchises. Those are just ones that come to the top of my head, because what you said is something that actually needs to be studied, not just in the NBA, bro, MLB and all of that. But I don't. The person to do some shit like that would have to be somebody like Pablo Torre. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's gonna tie into like sports betting and all that shit. You know, um,
Yeah.
if what you say, Kane, is true, then it's gonna fuck with some people's pockets. Some VIPs pockets. So
Because I was thinking maybe it's not league controlled. Maybe it's not like the league's plan, but maybe they just allow it for like their own personal reasons. You get what I'm saying? Like it might be that, you know what I'm saying, the owners of like the Suns might be okay with just having Devin Booker, you know what I'm saying, and being mid for a long time, and you know what I'm saying, but I'm
yeah,
okay. So what if it's the organization owners, the team owners that's doing it, and then the league is like, but see, I don't really see though, because why would the league benefit from like four teams not being legit? And like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they would benefit more if every single team was at least in the conversation to be
nah,
like competitive.
they benefit from that because it adds the reason why that theory works is because the reason why they would benefit from those four teams being bad is because it ensures that there's some parity, that there's parity, that
Yeah.
nobody's even across the board, that at least there's somebody that's better than those teams that are bad. You know what I'm saying? All teams won't be even across the board. There might be a story of David and Goliath at some point in the season and all that shit. Like, it adds the unpredictability to the shit, bro. When, you have a bad team like Utah beat a team that, just a couple of years was ago was the NBA champion. Shit like that, you know. So I I I think it should be looked at though, you know. I think it should be looked at.
Definitely.
I don't know. It just seems kind of coincidental, man. Like
You
it
know,
just seems like a lot of stuff be happening kind of too perfectly.
yeah, it's just it's some weird shit, man. It's either that, bro, or like that shit that ref who got caught busted for that for fixing games. The shit he was talking about has just evolved into something way much worse though, man. But you know,
Yeah.
that's all I got on Bediako though, man.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Phil, on just the whole, goes from, playing at Bama to going to the G League and coming back to Bama? Just all that.
I think that he's definitely some money grab. Um, Nate Oates is taking advantage of it because they don't have any like big guys in at Alabama. But it's it's unfortunate for the high school student
Yeah.
because that spot could be given to somebody that's probably just as good as Bediako because I don't think he moves the needle. Like he provides something. He provides like this. I think the transfer portal and NIL has watered down like the talent in the sport to me
Hmm.
because the talented players still go to the league regardless. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now the lines are blurred as far as like what do they deem as like college ready. And if we're saying that European professionals are just as good as college professionals, then why won't we just start a minor pro league, a minor like pro league? Like do away with the G League, do away with college basketball, and just go about it that way. Well, it doesn't. That doesn't work in the NCAA's favor because now they don't make billions of dollars off of college basketball no more. So that's really what this is about. They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want players to unionize. They don't want to like have to pay insurance for uh high school players after they've made so much money off of them for free. So this probably is what the NCAA dissolved.
Hmm. Some potentially bigger at play.
Yeah, I think the NCAA is cooked, bro. It's just a matter of time before they like everything gets pulled from up under them.
That's wild.
I mean, the Big Ten and the SEC say, "Hey, we gonna pull out." ACC, Big 12. We would like for y'all to kind of like consolidate into this thing too. You got like a North and you got the College Football League, CFL.
Yeah. Mhm.
If you get a players union, you might as well just go ahead and make it a league.
Yeah. So what?
And you could just draft high school players. No more of this picking up a hat, tossing that shit. Like the high school players, they play and then they got scouts and shit. Scouts go to the, pro days or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's a draft that's held.
Yeah. Sounds like the baseball model, kind of. I guess how the baseball model is, where you got the
Or the
minors,
NFL
you got college too.
or the
Yeah.
NFL could just take over.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like too big. That's public schools and a private entity like the NFL taking it over will be too much. But it's
Lot
gonna
of
it's
lot
gonna
of
it's gonna
investment.
model it's gonna model that eventually.
Yeah.
So I think this is just the beginning of the opening of Pandora's box. More shall come.
All right. So any other thoughts? Cloud, Kane?
Nope.
All right. So moving on to the NBA. So it's been NBA Rivals Week this week. So they've had games themed on, NBA rivalries. They've been mostly like kind of team rivalries. So they, kind of group it based on team. But, that just got me to thinking of just what the greatest NBA rivalry is currently and all time. So we'll look at it currently. So I got players and teams in this. So we'll start with the players. So I just listed a few of them. Just there might be some other ones that we could think of, but just some ones that kind of stand out currently to me are LeBron versus Steph. Then you got KD versus LeBron. Then you got Chet versus Wemby. Then Dylan Brooks versus LeBron. Ant-Man versus SGA. And then Westbrook versus KD, because they got the history going back to OKC, Then on the team side, you got Nuggets versus Lakers. They met in the playoffs, a few of the last few playoffs. Then you got the Pacers versus Knicks, kind of the same sort of playoff rivalry. Clippers versus Lakers, it's been a rivalry ever since Bron and Kawhi been in LA. And then Thunder versus Spurs, which is more of a new age rivalry. So, what do we think about greatest NBA rivalry currently in the NBA?
Can you put the graphic back on though?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think KD and LeBron is rivals, bro.
You don't?
No, not at this point.
Among like current players, you wouldn't have them listed? Because,
Do you really feel like they rivals though?
yeah, they
I
met in the
mean,
finals 3 times.
okay, I mean, makes sense, I guess. But I
And
mean, it just don't feel like it. Like it used to when they used to be a debate, but I feel like LeBron has skyrocket out of the Kevin Durant convos. I feel like Kevin Durant is more and more in Steph Curry convos and LeBron convos.
I feel like they're all in the same combo in terms of greatest players of this era. I just don't feel like Steph versus KD's, you know, a rivalry as much as the other pairs are.
Well, they're not like rivals in like they rival each other. Well, we talking about Steph and KD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't like they like, oh, I gotta give it my all when I play. It's not like that because they play it together. And I feel like, what's his name? I feel like KD probably had more smoke for Draymond and Steph, but it just feels weird, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it because of the debates and you know what I'm saying, and all the times they played against each other and all that, but it's just like I don't feel like Steph and LeBron is rivals right now.
Uh,
Like
I,
right
I,
now, I get it.
okay.
Like they
Right now.
have
Okay.
been. I'm just talking about
That's
like today.
debatable.
I just feel like today.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I like I like Draymond and Rudy Gobert. I feel like that's up there. It gotta be up there,
Draymond and
right?
Rudy.
Yeah.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? Kay Cunningham, Jalen Green. You know what I'm
first two
saying?
picks have
Luca,
yeah.
Luca, Devin Booker.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Lillard, Westbrook.
You feel like that one's still a rivalry, but the
Nah,
Steph, LeBron, KD ones aren't?
I'm just naming shit now because
Yeah,
because I just felt like we could do that.
yeah, yeah.
But if we come out today, if I just it'd probably be different. But I'm
Nah,
just saying
man.
for you,
My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
you said who what?
Nah, like who do you think if we're because you just had with your point, you just had me think of it different. Like, who would you say were the valid rivalries currently in the NBA? Who would you guys say? You put the graphic back up, T?
Yeah.
I like the Wimby and Chet. I like the SGA and
Add some of
uh
the ones you had just mentioned that weren't on the list as well, though.
Said
yeah,
Lillard,
Cade and Jalen
Westbrook.
Green.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
Um,
You said
Luca, Devin
somebody else.
Booker.
Yeah, and then that Gobert one too, though.
Oh yeah. Draymond, Gobert.
Cause that's a valid one. They always gonna have beef for because Gobert was nominated as the defensive player of the year, not once, but like 4 times. And
Yeah.
that's crazy to me. But yeah, man. Look, man, I agree, but this is what I'm gonna say, man. I don't really like the LeBron and Steph rivalry. I think that was just something that was media created. I think it was always a KD LeBron rivalry, you know. But that goes back to like AAU days. It's always been that, you know. All them two and Mello.
Yeah.
That's not something that's media generated. But current, because I know the disdain they have for each other, Chet and Wimby is a good one. Dylan and LeBron is a good one. But other than those two, I mean, Luca and Dev D Book is a good one too. But there's really nothing like the old school rivalries that we grew up on. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of these guys is homies. You know,
Yeah.
they they really played AAU basketball and they grew up playing together and all that other shit. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'd probably say currently it's probably that Chet and Wimby.
Yeah. Chet Wemby.
Current.
Yeah. I definitely feel like that's the most competitive one amongst the players. I feel like Ant Man SGA has a chance to produce some good basketball though.
I was just about to say, I think the Ant-Man and SGA one is the most promising. Like, but it's only because it's kind of one-sided though. Like Ant-Man gotta win in order to
Yeah.
make that more relevant.
And his teammates is fixing games, bro. I swear to God.
Which one?
I ain't gonna say it, bro, because it's allegedly. So you feel me?
Gotcha.
But they allegedly are doing something over there. I should have stated allegedly fixing games, by the way.
Sure. For sure, for
But
sure.
yeah, my bad.
But yeah, I think Ant-Man and SGA is the most promising one. Um
No,
I like Cade and Jalen Green, but Jalen Green not that good. So
Yeah.
like he just got traded. Like the team that drafted him just traded him. So
hey, but y'all be for real though. Don't just match SGA and Ant Man up because they're in the same division and all that shit. Do they really have a rivalry? Like the names
Yeah.
we
I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
after they play each other, like SGA, like when SGA play, like you know how like when you play 2Ks, they have those key games where you got like a certain uh like opponent or whatever that you're
yeah.
supposed to beat. Like it was one game that I remember. I don't know how many times this has happened, but after SGA, after the Thunder beat the Timberwolves, SGA posted a picture, and he does this a lot. He posts a picture of himself, whether it's at the game or just posing something. Then he has a caption. So in his caption, he kind of like in these captions, he be trying to like bar it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he says something about something, and it was basically directed at and the Timberwolves because he just beat them. And then Ant did the same thing. He didn't post a picture, but I think he just kind of tweeted or maybe replied to it, or maybe he did post something with his own caption. But they be going back and forth like that because they both in the shoe game thing as well. I don't, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I think this
Yeah.
is more of a brand rivalry
Yeah.
than
But
you
it's
get what I'm
still a
saying?
rivalry. It's still a rivalry, though. I didn't know that. Like how you describe it, it would fall under that. I was just making sure anything like that existed. I didn't know. You see what I'm
I didn't
saying?
know either.
So y'all just educated me, man. Each one teach one. That's good shit right there.
Yeah, but outside of that, like this, like in the Draymond stuff, like all these is probably on court only. Like I've seen Cade and Jalen Green talk about their stuff, but they like he know what it is. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? When we play, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really too heavy outside of that. It's more just like I've been better than you since high school,
Yeah,
or maybe
but it's
Jalen
still
Green thought he was better
yeah,
because
it's
Jalen
still a
Green got a
rivalry
crazy
though.
high school.
Yeah, it's a legit rivalry though. But it ain't like who got the who do you think is the biggest one right now
Out of the newest ones,
out of the current rivalries?
I think it's the Chet Wemby joint because
yeah.
that's what everybody talking about. Everybody love to see Wemby got that killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? He been in the uh off the grid, chilling with the Shaolin monks. You know what I'm saying? You know, he been with all his senseis, learning from this person, that person. They like when he talk greasy because he's still young, so they kind of embrace with him. Like when he be cussing after his interviews, but when Edwards do it, you feel me? The Southern boy, the guy from the South, from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Is he from Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? When he talking, you know what I'm saying? He be charismatic or whatever. He just being himself. He just chilling, being ant. You know what I'm saying? They look at it like, oh, but you know what I'm saying? Wimby, you know what I'm saying? Because he French and he cut his hair bald in the middle in 2026, like a like a maniac. You know what I'm saying? They rooting for him. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I noticed. You know what I'm saying? I see. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. And also, I feel like it's because
don't do that, bro.
all
Yeah.
right, man. But yeah, man, I feel like that's a pretty good one for real, for real. That's the one we hear about the most. We don't even really hear about and SGA. But I like, and that's why I feel like that's more of a brand thing. You know what I'm saying? Because in the post with SGA, it had something to do with Adidas. Like it wasn't an Adidas post, but he was like showing off his shoes or something like that. So I think they, how like Wendy's outside their little signs where it'd be like, the signs where they used to have words like 99-cent burgers all day, like you know what I'm saying, and they'll
Yeah.
be like, come to Burger King or you can have it your way, not like McDonald's, and McDonald's would be like, Burger King, who's the king of burgers? Like they be talking trash back and forth. I feel like that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
feel like um
Competitive.
SGA is putting on for Adidas, I mean for Nike or whatever, and Buddy is putting on for Adidas.
Hey, do you think somebody is the face of the NBA? Does the NBA currently have a one player face? Is there one player that's the face of the NBA right now?
The
No.
face is you
No.
know, be honest with you. The face of the NBA right now is Wemby. Like, no, I take that back. I take that back. It's not Wemby. It's SGA, but I feel like they kind of like Wemby a little more. So they trying to like push Wemby to see because I feel like they really feel like Wemby is gonna be better or greater than SGA. So they really trying to do like both of them at the same time. Like I like it feels like Wemby is the face, but I feel like SGA really the face right
I don't know, man. I feel like I don't feel like there's just one face. I feel like it's about as open as it's been probably since Jordan retired. Because I feel like for a little bit there was a face of the league, but I feel like it's gone back to where there's like multiples.
now. Man, it could be. So it could be SGA and Wemby. But my initial first answer was everybody who not American. That's the face.
Cause the reason why I just asked that kind of like to wrap it up and segue is just like because all right, if you're saying that SGA is the face of the league, then it would make more sense why like Phil and T took Ant-Man and SGA being the biggest current rivalry. You feel me?
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, we
But
was having an argument of like who's the face of the league, Ant-Man and SGA before SGA just won his first championship. Had Ant-Man been in the had he like let's say that the Timberwolves seen OKC in a championship round, that would have been like what they were pitching. Like that would have been the narrative. Is SGA better than Ant-Man? Is Ant-Man better than SGA? Like, of course, we're not really going to be able to see how good Ant-Man is versus SGA because his organization, um, they kind of killed everything when they got Rudy Gobert. Um, they could have been a real good team, but I think Rudy is like that's just bad goods.
Yeah,
Gobert.
they
Did they
gave up a
go?
nah,
lot of
Hold
I
on.
don't think it
assets.
I
was
got.
Gobert, bro. I
Hey,
don't
Yeah,
I
think
got
it
a
was
question.
Gobert.
Hold on. I got a
gave
question.
up a lot of
Did they go
assets.
to the finals after or before they got rid of Cat?
They didn't wait. They didn't go
Yeah,
to
it
the
was
finals.
after. It was they never
I mean,
What
not the finals. I'm not the finals. I'm tripping. I'm
the
tripping. The Western
conference.
they
You
got
Conference
talk.
finals.
Yeah,
finals?
Yeah, it was after, right?
yeah,
So they got to the conference finals with Julius Randle.
yeah, yeah. And DiVincenzo and them. Yep.
So that was a conference. That was a conference championship that they was playing in last season.
Mm-hmm.
So like if Ant Man would have won, he would have went to the finals.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 2 years in a row, you could say that about that, man.
Hey, but look, I don't think it's Gobert's the problem though, bro. I don't fuck with that Julius Randle guy, man. He be fucking.
But you can't play Gobert on the floor like in critical moments of the game.
They just don't be using them, bro. Like, man, that's why I wish like a player like Chris Paul could play with somebody like that, bro. Like, why is he? The I've watched them play, bro, and it's like a eyesore, dog. Just speaking on them though, it's an eyesore to see a 7-footer in a pick and roll action and him actually moving his feet right and having proper footwork and rolling and diving to the goal and him actually creating separation, perfect dive, lob is open all day. And it not even just be that, just a simple bounce pass, dunk. And how many times that action happens and Gobert doesn't get the ball, bro. I've seen him literally open, no man on him, just wide open. And Julius Randle just sitting there dancing with the ball, bro. I've seen that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them niggas do that, bro. And then I've seen them niggas actually hit him and him have 20 points. You know what I'm saying? Like I've actually seen, man. I just don't get it. And it's crazy. Like the shots that they're taking instead of passing the ball to the paint to this guy, it really doesn't add up. They're taking contested threes instead of passing the ball to a 7-footer down there in the fucking paint. Somebody who's playing every play, defense and shit like that. Like they were giving Meta World Peace the ball on the Los Angeles Lakers, and he was shooting contested threes, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was being rewarded for his defensive efforts. That's all I'm saying, nigga. Like, hold up, bro. I'm not done, bro. What's the nigga at Boston though? Tony, what? I mean, Memphis was it?
Tony Allen, Tony Allen.
They were letting that nigga shoot threes, nigga. That nigga, I hated when that nigga shot threes. You mean to tell me Gobert can't get a lob, nigga, in the paint?
And then you can get a lob, bro.
So man, nah,
To be
bro.
fair though, Tony Allen was cold, bro. Like he went NBA level cold, bro. But as a hooper, he was, bro. As a
he
hooper, he
was.
went straight, bro.
He was straight. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, not shooting threes straight, not even
Yeah.
corner nigga straight, bro. That nigga could not shoot three. He wasn't even Bruce Bowen straight from the corner, bro. But that's pushing it though, because Bruce Bowen was a knockdown shooter from the corner though. He
Yeah.
was like the reason why
Shout out to
corner
them corner
niggas
boys.
became, yeah, straight up. But like, nah, fam, that nigga good for a lie, bro. That shit be pissing me off though, bro. But like SGA Ant Man. That's like a close second. You feel me? For the that's that could be a first, bro. But I really think Shet and Wimby, that's the best rivalry right there. Just because um they're actually 7-footers who could hoop. And coming up, bro, I got so tired of tall niggas taking up space on the varsity basketball team, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who was sorry as fuck. You know what I'm saying? On any team. I got so tired of seeing that, bro. Tall niggas just on the team because they had to prove that they were sorry. You know what I'm saying? Whereas niggas I had to prove we were good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got tired of that. And here you got two niggas who were tall as fuck who were actually good. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So I like that.
Let him
Yeah.
cook. Let him cook. Let him
I mean,
cook.
that's real shit though, bro. They
Yeah.
the closest to evenly matched. And then when you look at
Yeah.
the attributes of Ant-Man and SGA, their IQ levels are on totally different, bro. Like you could literally put SGA's highlight shit next to Kobe shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like Ant-Man be doing some dumbass shit. Like the other night, bro, they was down 1 point, nigga. He went down court and shot a 3-point shot.
Yeah.
He went down court and shot a 3-point shot, bro. They are killing American citizens in Minnesota, bro. This nigga had 10 seconds on the clock, bro. You can't get to the hole, nigga. He's an Olympian. Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Nah, bro. I'm not fucking with Ant-Man, bro. You know how much money? Nah, bro. I don't even want to talk about that shit right now, bro.
Yeah, he's supposed to be
Nah,
going off
bro.
because ice
Nah,
going
bro. We
off.
going with Shet and Wemby,
Nah,
bro.
bro, for real. You supposed to be hooping, bro. You
Nah, we
supposed to
What?
going
be
with Shet and
people,
Wimby,
bro.
bro. That nigga fucking up, bro. And then niggas want to show me Ant-Man highlights of this nigga Duncan, bro. This nigga just shot a 3-pointer from damn near half court. Time on the clock, nigga. You only down one. What type of goofy YN shit is these niggas on, man? I don't know,
Yeah,
bro.
them
Moment of
niggas.
silence for them niggas, bro. Them niggas ain't never winning a ring, bro.
Nah, them niggas never winning, bro.
You got Julius Randle who doing pick and rolls. You got Gobert under the goal, bro. Pick and roll action. He mismatched on a point guard, bro. Randall just sitting there dancing with the ball, looking like Key or Peele from a Key and Peele sketch. Dumb as fuck. Man, I hate that nigga. That nigga went to Kentucky, cuz. Fuck
Yeah.
them Wildcats, nigga. You know how I feel about that shit, bro. I can't stand them Bama's over
I'm,
there.
I'm saying, though, can somebody tell me what was the point of getting of the Towns Randall switch in the first place?
That's what
I
I'm
don't like
saying,
that
bro.
shit.
Like that's
Yeah,
what I'm
nothing really
saying.
happened.
Like they they couldn't move off of Rudy, bro. So they moved Towns.
Yeah. Crazy.
They fucked
But I'm
up getting
saying
Rudy,
if
bro.
you can't move him in either scenario, why not keep Towns if Towns make you better?
Because they didn't like Towns. I'm sure they didn't like Towns, bro.
Hey,
Defensively.
that's some crazy shit that the Lakers would rather have DeAndre Ayton than Rudy Gobert, fam. Jesus fucking Christ.
I
I
mean,
feel
Luka
you,
don't
King.
like Rudy either. That's another one.
Shit. Yeah. You putting it
Uh,
up there?
Every
Now
every every
like Rudy,
time,
now like Rudy
listen,
to be fucking their hoes.
every time Luka get Rudy off to himself on that island at the top of the key, that nigga eyes light up like
Yeah.
we're gonna
oh
bake
yeah.
cookies for Santa, and the
Let him.
kid's like, oh my god, yeah!
Oh God.
Like y'all want some McDonald's? We got McDonald's money, yeah!
Hey,
I'm telling you, bro.
that's fact. Hey, that's facts, bro. That nigga be laughing, bro.
Yeah.
That nigga be laughing. Don't shit be funny for Minnesota though. Hey, listen, niggas should pull that shit up, bro. Whenever the Lakers play them though, most of Luca's highlights be on Gobert, bro.
Yeah, he be getting that PNR switch.
That is crazy.
feel like, bro, I
Goodness.
feel like it's at least, I feel like it's somebody we not naming though.
Shoot, I feel like the all timer really bring it out though.
What you mean?
Yeah, the I have like an all time list to go with the current list. So I'll just go
Oh,
ahead and
okay. Let
share
me see.
that
Yeah, let
too.
me see that.
So as far as like all time rivalries, some that we'd expect, some that we'd expect. So you got Wilt versus Russell, probably the most championships decided in terms of like rivalries. Then you got Bird and Magic, Jordan versus Isaiah, Kobe versus T Mac, Dirk versus Duncan. And then as far as teams, got Celtics versus Lakers, Bulls versus Pistons, Knicks versus Heat, and then Spurs versus Lakers. So who do y'all think is the greatest rivalry? And then I didn't include like some of the ones from the current that could fall in this category, like the LeBron versus Steph, LeBron KD, and stuff like that. So what y'all think?
I'm surprised you don't got the 76ers and the Celtics up in.
Oh yeah, that's definitely up there. I forgot all about that.
You said the
I'm saying,
Celtics and the
76.
Sixers?
Yeah.
yeah, like those like early '80s matchups, like probably decided a few championships.
Or Pistons Celtics. You could have did
Yeah,
Pistons Celtics.
yeah,
Yeah,
Pistons
yeah,
Celtics
yeah.
decided a few championships. I'm
I would
saying,
say I would say the ones that's up there, if you pull the graphic back up, um Wilt Russell is like the classic one. Uh Russell was I would always say Wilt because Russell was like you look up them stats, bro. He was disgustingly bad on the offensive side of the ball.
yeah,
So I'm gonna go Wilt,
yeah,
uh Bird Magic, you know, the great white hope versus, the black man,
yeah,
you know, nothing like a good little race battle in America. Jordan Isaiah, who's the real king of Chicago,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So that was gonna always be like a heated one. I like Kobe. I like the mystique behind Kobe versus T Mac, right?
yeah,
Because we'll never get the opportunity to really like be able to validate the rivalry, but
yeah,
it was a real rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like at the height of T Mac's powers was Kobe was at the height of his powers as well.
yep,
There was
Um,
so much going on during that time, though, man. You could interchanged so many names with both of those niggas, like AI, Steve Francis.
Yeah, yeah.
But Kobe T Mac is probably the biggest one during that time. But I don't know, man, because niggas was trying to put Ginobili against Kobe during that time.
It's crazy.
Yep.
But I like if I would change the last one, I would put Dirk versus Duncan versus KG.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I think
Chris
like
Bosh,
he said Bosh there too.
CB. Maybe
he wasn't worthy, huh?
he
Nah,
was he had the matchups with Duncan in the finals, so
nah.
But this is
Talking
what
like
this
I'm
is.
I'm talking like 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003 shit like
Hold on.
them
Oh
years.
shit. This is what I was saying, bro. Are we talking about real rivals? Are we talking about guys who met up in the playoffs a lot, like, or had some good games or series against
All of
each
these
other?
guys are
Like,
rivals.
what are we
yeah,
talking about? Like,
all these guys are rivals.
AI and Kobe was rivals too, though.
Yeah. Shoot, Kobe LeBron.
no, I'm talking about when somebody said Chris Bosh. Like, are we talking
Oh,
about rivals? Or are we
oh, my
talking about
bad,
guys who had series against each other?
Nah,
my
Because
bad,
if
my
we,
we
bad.
talking
because
about rivals.
I would think Udonis Haslam versus
Udonis Haslam, bro.
Where is he
no,
going
I'm
with
not
this
saying in terms of greatest. I'm saying like in terms of
rivalry?
what a rivalry
Yeah,
is.
Udonis Haslam versus who though?
Um, I can't think of what I was gonna say.
Other
Somebody from the
Zach Morris.
somebody from the
I
Mavs.
mean Zach Randolph. Oh, oh, Thompson, Tristan Thompson.
I
No.
Udonis
said Mavs,
Haslam.
not Cavs.
Oh,
Trying
Mavs.
to think. Udonis Haslam versus
Somebody from the Mavs.
Brendan
Because I
Haywood,
thought the Mavs and
Brendan
the Heat
Hayward,
was a rivalry.
Spencer Haywood.
Eric Dampier.
Jesus Christ.
Can't remember, bro. But I wasn't submitting that as part of the conversation. I'm asking, or
Oh,
I
it's
was
making
using
an
it as an
example.
example to say what I felt like was a real like rivalry is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You get
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. You were just gonna
Like
throw an example all right, so that's like saying Udonis Haslam versus this person is a rivalry then. Because they met up in the finals,
yeah,
right?
like would y'all say Kevin Garnett versus Carmelo Anthony was a rivalry? I wouldn't.
Hell nah. The fuck?
Would y'all say Chris Paul versus Darren Williams was a
Nah,
Hell
rivalry? Because I
yeah.
wouldn't.
Hell
nah,
yeah.
but Chris Paul versus Patrick Beverly
What?
was though.
I would say that's more of a rivalry than. Wait, who?
Chris Paul and Patrick Beverly.
Oh, I'm thinking Westbrook and Beverly. My fault.
That's one too. And Damian Lillard and Patrick Beverly.
But
Patrick
Beverly
Beverly.
just started shit with niggas, bro. I don't even know. He probably got beef with them, and they don't even. I ain't thinking about him.
Those are rivalries though. But like, my bad, bro. With the old school ones though, bro. Y'all can't lie though, bro. Like you put that graphic up, bro. You know them Bulls Piston joints,
Yeah.
them joints right there, bro. Them joints right there created a legend, bro. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like that rivalry right there is above that. You could take that Knicks Heat shit off. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The Spurs Lakers, that
Oh,
shit was bubbling, bro, for like a decade.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it could go either way. So many champions were decided with that series right there.
Yeah.
But then,
Bro, from '03 to bro, I can't remember. I think it was from like oh, it might have No, it was from like 2000. It was like a little stretch, bro. It was a little stretch, bro. From from 1 year till this year, that every finals appearance either had the Lakers, the Spurs, or the Heat in it, I think, or the Mavs. Not the Mavs. It might have been the Heat. Every finals had one of those three teams in it.
Yeah, that's nasty work. But a lot of people are gonna say that about the Celtics Lakers '80s. You feel me? And more of a reason why like the first two player rivalries on the list with Will Russell, Bird Magic probably warrant or garner more respect on their names. Look, man, what Phil initially said when he was doing the rundown, bro, that Bird Magic joint, bro, like that's shit I'm gonna have to educate my son on, bro. I don't really think you could call yourself a hooper and not know about that. How influential that rivalry was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But best of all time though, bro. I, I'm gonna still have to say the Spurs Lakers joint. I can't say it's a player joint. I'm gonna have to say it's a team
Yeah.
rivalry with the Spurs Lakers because of specifically what Kane said.
Yeah. It's like 10 championships out of like 15.
I mean, it would make more sense if we were to pick the best one. It would be like a team because players come and go, but for the most part, these organizations are always here.
Yeah. I'd have to go Burn Magic, man. I go player rivalry. I feel like that one had the most significance.
But was it the best though?
I like the Dirk versus Duncan versus KG one, man, because like you really don't know who's the best power forward out of the three of those guys.
Yeah.
Like I can make a solid argument for all three. Now, granted, Duncan is the most decorated,
Yeah.
but like that's a team accolade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You got the most MVPs too, no?
Oh, okay.
Don't he? Don't he got like two or three MVPs?
Yeah.
Who?
Duncan,
Or he only got one?
you got two, I
I
think.
know he got at least one.
got one.
Hey man, before we wrap it up on this NBA topic, man, I just want to shout out to Kevin Nappyhead Durant and Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm
Two-time
saying? They've been
MVP.
in the league for however long.
Yeah.
KD just passed Dirt for six all time, right there in the mid range, fade away off one leg.
Mm-hmm.
So that was crazy for that to be the bucket he passed Dirk with.
Yeah. Yeah.
That nigga be lying, bro. He's a fucking liar. He be saying
KD.
like he be saying shit like, "Oh, I don't be paying attention to the stats, bro. I don't know."
Yeah. And then he do some shit like that. You know he was paying attention.
Yeah, bro. Like he count shots, bro. He's counting. Like he know how efficient he is, bro. Of course he know what he had on the points tracker.
Man.
That's all.
Kevin Durant crazy, bro. Like he really be on Twitter replying to folks. That'd be so crazy. But um also shout out to Russell Westbrook. I feel like they are rivals. Um I feel like every time Westbrook, at least at first, when Westbrook played KD, he had something to prove. He didn't just want to beat KD. He wanted to really make him bend the knee. Like he really had something to prove, in my opinion. It didn't look like it because KD's so much better. He could just casually still have a better game than you and look like he not trying. So, it made Westbrook look kind of not corny, but just like he was just mad. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we understand you upset and all that, but with KD, and it kind of made KD look like he was kind of ducking the fade a little bit. But like I said, he's so good, he don't have to like look like he just locked in or really into it to really put belt to ass. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there was a rivalry there. You know what I'm saying? No matter how brief it was, from them being on the squad with James Harden and all them being Hall of Fame guys, all them being MVPs in the league, all of them going on to do different things outside of each other. I can understand why Westbrook would have felt some type of way, but it's good to see all them still doing their thing. Not only just KD and Westbrook, Harden still doing his thing, you know. Steph, LeBron, they still doing their thing. It's still some guys that were the guys that's still in the league and they still doing their thing. So shout out to them. But Westbrook made it to be the highest scoring point guard of all time. He's currently with the Kings, and they played him a, I guess, appreciation video, you know, for his achievement. He's currently, I think, leading their team in certain stats, like assists and rebounds and stuff like that. Um, but in the video, you got people like Kevin Durant, who, like I said, even though they were at one point rivals, because of maybe ties being cut and bad blood, he was showing his respect. I don't know. I had to watch it a couple times because I didn't know if Kevin Durant, if it was genuine or not, but I feel like it was after I watched it a couple times because he don't have no reason to do it. He could have just declined it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he would have did it to not really mean whatever he was doing it, or you know what I'm saying, or I don't think he did it, would have went out his way to be fugazi and do that, because it wasn't just Kings players, it was players that Russ has played with, players that respect Russ, you know what I'm saying? His daughters, his wife was in the appreciation video, and it was very good for me as a fan of Kevin Durant, Westbrook, the NBA, to see Westbrook get that appreciation. So shout out to them, man. One day we're gonna have a conversation about where Westbrook is, even though he's statistically one of the best point guards ever. He's not really held in too high regard. I think a lot of people have him somewhere outside the top 5 point guards, even though statistically he kind of the best.
Put a pin in that. We could do greatest point guards of all time. You know what I'm saying? Good.
There's a lot of research to be doing though, so I ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna just go off. I'm gonna just go off eye test and just what I know. So I might look up some stats or whatever, but I'm gonna let y'all do all the heavy lifting. You know what I'm saying?
No, nah, that shit ain't hard, bro. That nigga ain't better than Muggsy Bogues, man. Y'all better stop playing.
Yeah, that shit ain't
See,
hard, bro. That shit ain't hard at all, bro.
well,
That
I just
nigga got
want to.
better stats. He ain't better
I,
than Muggsy Bogues at point guard, though. I promise you, fam.
I just want to point out that it be the guys that don't be showing their face that be saying the most outrageous stuff
Nah,
on the internet about
that's
these
some
guys.
real
That
shit. That's some
like
real shit. You
like
said point
Cloudy
guard? You
Cloudy
said
is
point.
the guys Kevin Durant be talking about. Like you talking
Nah,
crazy, but you
Bro,
not even showing
bro,
your face.
listen, bro.
that's not crazy shit.
Russell Westbrook is not a point guard.
That nigga's an athlete, bro.
Yeah,
He's not a top 5 point guard though. You know
no,
what I'm saying? I
no.
Nah, for real though. That's some real shit though. But you were right in how you described it be the niggas who don't be showing their face though. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want a nigga named Dapsa to know where I live. The fuck is that? The fuck? But I just be chilling, you know what I'm saying? But like real talk though, man. That nigga that nigga had a 95% usage rate at OKC where he accumulated the bulk of his stats. You know what I'm saying? Did you see his layups though, bro? This nigga this nigga like had like his misses were some bad misses. He's the reason why they coined the phrase West
Westbrook.
Brick.
Yeah.
And that's the nigga you want me to put in top 5? I seen Muggsy Bogues hoop though, bro. He never had bloopers like that, bro. They put this nigga in Space Jam. They put Muggsy Bogues in Space Jam, G. You know what I'm saying? Point guard for the Monstars. Real talk.
Hey,
That's
listen though.
real. You know what I'm saying?
It's hey, listen though. It's a reason. It's a reason that just about anybody who can answer some questions correctly and passing the driver test can operate a vehicle, but only trained professionals can drive a NASCAR F1 or Formula One car on a racetrack. It's a difference. If Muggsy Bogues was operating with the same motor as Russell Westbrook, his touch might be off a little bit too because he didn't know how fast and how strong he was going. All right, you know what? Opinions, man. It's opinions,
Nah, I
man.
get this is a fact. This is a guaranteed fact. Ask any basketball heads. Swap out Muggsy Bogues for Russell Westbrook on OKC when they had all them niggas, bro. Them niggas would be playing the banjo, bro, in the parade, fam.
Man, you crazy, bro. Because Kevin Durant would have found a way. Kevin Durant would have found a way to blame Muggsy Bogues. Man, we need taller guards, man. You can't play with small guards, man. You seen what I was working with, man. You know, we can't win with guys who can only play one way, man. We need guys who can play a bunch of ways, man, to make my job
Man, bro,
easier.
did you
Because
did you
if you
watch
can
them
only do
finals?
one thing, that I'm gonna get double teamed.
Was
And I
you
don't want
there,
to get
bro?
double teamed, bro. I just want to play one on one in a 5-on-5 team basketball game, bro. Is that so hard to ask for, bro? I'm
Bro,
the
you just
greatest, bro.
be,
Ain't
bro,
nobody
you just
guard
think
me, bro.
no,
But
bro. Like that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, this just seems
That's
like what he
crazy.
was saying.
That's crazy, bro. You think Russell Westbrook plays championship basketball?
I never said that. I've never
That's
said
wild.
that. I've never said that.
Wouldn't the point guard who could play championship basketball though be the better guard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just the one who fits the job description, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. The job description for a point guard, bro. Like,
Is Russell Westbrook better than Derrick Rose?
hell nah.
Very timely.
Damn, Kane, you man, that'd be an awesome discussion, bro. Because for real, like, how do people really feel about where Russell Westbrook stacks up? I appreciate him as an athlete.
Yep.
We have to we have to first define this shit properly, bro, because he came up in the era of positionless basketball, bro. Shout out Manu Ginobili, bro. But I'm saying though, bro, like for real though, what do you call him? Because he's like in the era of basketball I came up under, Russell Westbrook is like either a 2 or a 3. He's not a
Yeah.
1.
True.
He just brings the ball up court. But he's an athlete because he's good at a lot of different shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But him as a point guard is the reason why this nigga, without a question, left his team and went to a team that was better on the record tablet than the Chicago Bulls because of how poor he was as a point guard. Nigga, he went over
Absolutely.
there to Golden State
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
of Westbrook fucking up as a point
Absolutely.
guard, bruh. These niggas lost they shit 3-1. and he didn't want to even go through that shit. You know how Libras are with their scales and shit. That shit was imbalanced as a motherfucker staying in OKCG. And this the nigga you want me to put above Muggsy Bogues?
Hey, bro, is that nigga better than John Wall?
Hell no.
You got the numbers though.
If
But
I
see
put
that
John Wall on that team with Kevin Durant, James Harden, Serge Ibaka,
they playing the banjo at the parade, fam.
Y'all think so?
dog, if they
It's
Way
would have
better
kept if
feel.
they would have kept Eric Maynard, bro, yeah.
Way better feel for the game.
Eric Maynard could have got them to the championship
yeah, I ain't gonna say somebody like Steve Nash though and disrespect Westbrook. It would have had to be a two-way point guard though. Somebody with better decision, a better assist to turnover ratio.
for sure.
You see what I'm saying? Somebody more curtailed to the point guard position. You know, I ain't gonna I ain't gonna even say Ricky Rubio. I'm not gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? But somebody with a better assist to turnover ratio who also had who had good on ball defense. Not the cherry picking style defense that somebody like Ricky Rubio was good at. You know what I'm saying? But still get scored on a lot. Not that style. But you know,
Yeah.
somebody like the cat from Germany, nigga.
Schroeder.
Yeah, he could have probably did better with that team. I'm telling you, because like it was so simple not to fuck it up, bro. With KD and Westbrook coming off the bench, like it was so simple, bro. And man, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
telling you, man.
All right.
But like
So
as best athletic point guard, though, he ranks in top three, definitely.
yeah. Wait, would you put him ahead of Baron Davis?
You asking me?
Just anybody? Would you put Westbrook ahead of Baron Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I would say BD is better, but I would say Westbrook is greater.
Yeah,
Yep. Agreed.
BD was probably better at basketball.
Yeah.
Bro, Ben Davis tall as bro. That dude is tall. He didn't really seem like it back then, but he is huge.
He's
Like I
like
seen him
six
in
three,
like some
six
regular
four.
clothes. I seen him like some sweats and a hoodie, bro. Bro, he tall.
So that's a wrap, NBA. All right. So what do y'all think is the best $100 investment that you can make in 2026? So I got a couple icons up here just to kind of cue the thoughts. You know, you could get like a concert to, one of your favorite artists. Maybe you feel like you could spend $100 on a plane ticket, like a round way trip to somewhere, or maybe $100 on food would be a good investment to you, or it could be something computer related, or something that produces like a return on investment. So what do y'all think the best $100 investment um, is that you can make right now?
Um, buying you something to eat, dog, and trying to get another $100.
Just run it back. run it
I don't
back.
think you can invest with $100, bro.
It'd be real
You
hard.
ever y'all ever seen Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins?
I
With
It's a
Martin,
it's
it
a
got
Martin
Martin
Lawrence
in it.
movie.
With
Instead of
Martin,
the entertainer.
with Martin,
Yeah.
yeah.
Phil, you seen that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so y'all know at the end, right after he done made up with his family and everything, he got his family on his show because he was a talk show host, and he had Mike Epps on the couch, and he was like, first you're gonna start with a 7, you're gonna flip that for a half. You're gonna take that half, and now you're ready for a quarter key. Hey, yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, my boy. Because $100 is $20 now. I don't even know what to tell you. I really don't. Like investment is like if you investing in a quick dopamine fix, because that's what $100 is gonna get you, a quick dopamine fix. Yeah, that's not really invest. I don't that's why I didn't really have much prepared for this, because I really wasn't sure. I didn't really have much context outside of the headline. Cause I mean, we just talking about what's a good way to spend $100. That's different. But I thought we was talking about investing. That's kind of hard. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Because as far as investments, I would just say, and this piece of advice is something you can apply in different ways.
yeah.
Do something that the future you would thank you for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like as far as investing, like you can invest in your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? You can buy some tires. You can um you know you can invest like it just depends on what you're doing and what what I'm saying, what you're trying to do later on. Because with $100, I just don't know really that how much or what you can do. So it just depends on what you want for yourself and what you value. So, like he said, if you like cooking or something like that, you can invest in some. If you like to eat, you can invest in some kitchen supplies. You know what I'm saying? A whisk, a strainer, some pots and pans. If you like, if you're a photographer, you know what I'm saying, you work in cameras, you can invest $100 into a new lens. If you trying to be a streamer, you know what I'm saying, you can invest $100 into some more PC parts or a game that you can kind of, you know what I'm saying, go on like a little subathon or whatever and play until you beat it. You know what I'm saying? If you're a model, you can invest $100 into a new outfit and have somebody take pictures of you, or invest in a photographer to just give you a photo shoot to build your portfolio. It's different ways. It's just all about what you value. If you don't have no plans outside of next week and you just trying to make it through the week or whatever, invest $100 into like some liquor. So at the end of the week when you off, yeah, it'll be worth it for you. I don't know. But I would just tell you, as far as investing, to do something that the future you would thank you for.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't got money to invest. So $100, you can invest that in catching up on your bills. You know what I'm saying? If you got an old lady, you can hide that $100 till she needs something. So when she asks for something, you like, glad I invested that $100. Whew. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they always ask, they always need something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you got a girl, you can just invest that $100 into some peace and happiness. Fake act like you know what, baby, here goes some flowers and all this other stuff, and I'm taking you out to eat. And now she feel like she's special. It ain't about what you did or your efforts, nothing like that. She just like, damn, I feel amazing that he feels the need to do this for me.
Yeah.
But as far as just blowing money fast, you know what I'm saying? Invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get you a nice, find you like one of these overpriced barbers that do like a little facial and all this stuff. Man, go to a nail salon, get you like a manicure or pedicure, you know, if your feet looking all whatever, you know what I'm saying? As a man, go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know, if you wear glasses, get you some new frames, gang.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You know, if you if you ain't really if you've been out grinding or whatever, reward yourself. Go get you $100 pair of new sneakers, man. You know what I'm saying? Buy you some cologne, some smell good. We just blowing money. It's just $100 though. So don't you ain't gotta think too hard. Because after you do something with that 100, it's gone. If you don't spend the whole 100, you ain't got nothing left because you throwing the rest of it in the gas tank. So I mean,
straight up. What you got, Cloud?
Well, there's so many ways I initially was gonna answer that, man. But upon hearing everything, man, it just, you know. But I like what you guys said. You gotta do something that your future self would thank you for, especially nowadays where the true color of capitalism is being more clear and everything, man. Um, with our perceived freedoms and everything, what capitalism is and where we are in America versus how other cultures are is just, we're a lot further ahead than in that aspect, or in some aspects, than a lot of our ancestors, bro. So I mean, it really depends who you are, what you need, what you want. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those things. But something to always keep in mind though is, and like, is this what is this $100 to you? Is it your last $100? Because if it's something like that where you're in a situation where you gotta eat, then what Phil said makes the most sense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you know, like no fucking joke. But if it's not that type of situation where you know, uh, room, board, food, water, all those essential expenses are taken care of, then and you got money to invest. See, if your essential expenses are taken care of and you got money to invest, then you should invest. You should invest before you play. Like my pops always used to say, work hard, you play hard, but never confuse the two and shit like that, man. But step up from that, man, is like, you got to take care of business before you play, bruh. And a lot of what Kane said and doing something your future self would thank you for is in that, bro. You want to do that before you play, bro. But you do want to reward yourself for putting in work as well, though. That is needed because you need that work-life balance. You don't want to turn into a robot. And that's something in today's society that's easy to do. But with all that being said, man, people forget the power of compounding. When you ask somebody, would they rather take $1 million or a penny that doubles every day for 31 days? Most people take the $1 million, bro. But you know what I'm saying? All you have to do is just find a way to double up, bro. And within time, that $100, bro, turn into something else, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a matter of having some money put away for a later date. You know what I'm saying? Just put your money into something that a compound, bro. And it's something that your future self would definitely thank you for. But it's just my take on it, bro. I mean, I know $100 in the present day is just chips, bro. But you know, if you got money to invest, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely something worth putting away to compound. Y'all know about them dividends.
Yeah. So it is possible to get that return on investment at $100.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're doing, man. Who you are and like what you need and what you want. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
How I look at it.
for sure.
Cause hey, here's a take. I know people who
What, muted?
you hear me?
Yeah,
I know people who would take a certain amount of money, go to Vegas on the weekend and double that money through a series of bets. Just doubling up, doubling up, and take that same money and turn that into hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you would have thought it was with some large amount of money, but hey, they just started with $100 or $200. You see what I'm saying? This is just the power of compounding
yeah.
and what you apply it to. So, it's just who you
So it
are,
is.
what you want to do, man.
Yeah. So we good?
Easier said than done with a lot of shit though, but
Yeah,
you know, in this country more than anywhere in the world, man, you can do anything when you put your mind to it. So
yeah. Yeah, we've seen it. All right, so we good? Finance.
I guess. I mean,
All right, so we got one
I,
more topic than editorials. So got a world segment this week. So there's been a lot going on internationally since Trump has been elected to a second term. So they recently had the Davos 2026 meeting. They have their the World Economic Forum has a meeting every year at Davos, which is a place in Switzerland. And so they typically invite like political leaders, economic leaders. So this year they had record attendance. They had over like 450 political leaders, over 800 economic leaders. The theme was a spirit of dialogue. And so there's been a lot going on worldwide. A lot of it centered around President Trump. So President Trump recently um, made public his plans, or just the country's plans or country's wishes to have Greenland added to the United States. And in this uh, picture in this post on the slide from Trump, he has like an American flag over not just the United States, but also Canada and Greenland, as well as Venezuela. And so, with what happened recently in Venezuela with the U.S. going in and taking out the president, there's just been a lot of activity coming around, the United States and at Davos, a lot of people took note. Trump was there. He was kind of touching on several themes, but the most pressing one was the negotiation on Greenland, because he had announced like that he would basically tax Europe, if they wouldn't agree to give the Greenland territory to the United States. So a lot of that going on. The Canadian Prime Minister also said that the West has lost the second Cold War. So in his view, countries like the United States and Canada or losing the new Cold War to China, because China has been able through BRICS, through their new Silk Road plan, they've been able to, basically create a new economic system that many feel is going to dominate, world politics. So all that's been going on. Just wanted to get y'all's takes on it.
Is this a situation where they said that like the US Senate don't trust Trump because they gave him some fake information and he gave it to Putin like immediately or something like that? Is that what this is about?
Yeah, I feel like that ties into it. Just Russia in general, just Trump's relationship with Putin, I feel like is a subplot in this, because with what Russia's done with Ukraine, I feel like that's emboldened Trump to think about Greenland, Trump to be aggressive on Venezuela. You could also argue that China's become more aggressive because of Russia. So I say,
Man, I seen Xi Jinping has he's taking full control over the Chinese armed forces. The guy that was originally over that role has been demoted and taken out of power due to quote unquote serious violations. Um, so geopolitics in the world is getting very interesting right now. I watched a lot of I didn't watch a lot of Trump's address, his speech, because I feel like you got to have a certain type of willpower to sit and listen to one of his speeches. But
yeah,
I think the most interesting thing is that the elites of the world know that the peasants of the world aren't too trusting of their power, and they notice that. I don't know if that emboldens them to do or like make us comply more, or if they will, do what any good human would do, and that would be, kind of create ways for the little man to become bigger. But as far as like geopolitics concerns, China is not China, but Canada is not going to go into the future aligning itself with America, which gives China a great position in on this side of the hemisphere. You know what I mean? To deploy whatever they may want to deploy. They can get so good in with Canada that they have military bases there. You know what I mean? Um, and rightfully so, United States doesn't have any real power to take on sending, ships to Venezuela, fighting people in Canada, trying to take over Greenland and protect Israel. Like, we'll eventually get spread too thin. We won't have enough men to fight these wars. And then they'll have to like show their true military strength. And that might not play so well in the international that might not play so well in the international stage, in these international theaters that we are probably about to get ourselves involved in.
mm-hmm. And I want to throw something in that Kane had posted in our group chat. So, in terms of just American weapons, this has been like something that conspiracy theorists have like been digging on, but apparently recently the Department of War confirmed the existence of directed energy weapons with plans to scale. And so, that's something that's being reported, on, social media now, and from some reputable sources. So that's kind of interesting that they could, harness different technologies like that. So what was your take on that, Kay?
My take is if they're telling us this, and that means they got some other shit that's deeper than this directed energy shit. They done moved on. They on to the next thing. They now already probably like been studying this so long that they didn't got it down to its fullest potential. They didn't maximize that. And when they say plans to scale, that means for us or outside of like or for what we can see. If it's not gonna be for us to use or for everybody to use, it's gonna be for what they let us see. So we might see some shit like a lightsaber or some shit, and they like, oh, they got lightsabers. But in reality, if we try to like buck up against them, then we're gonna see what they really got. So, and this
Oh
is why all
shit.
this stuff scary, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I advise anybody if you had enough money to really live how you wanted to, I would find a way, like some land or something like that. Get off the grid. You can get you some solar panels, get your own electricity. I mean, I know it's 2026. It might be difficult getting like not using the internet or Wi-Fi or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Get you a landline. People should have been already like growing their own vegetables and stuff like that already.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You build your house with like an underground bunker or like a storm shelter or a disaster room or something like that. Cause
Yeah.
it's but I wonder, I be thinking, I'll be like, what's going to trigger like the end of the world? Like not the end of the world, but the end of like civilization.
Black people, black
Like
people
I like,
getting things.
huh?
Black people getting things.
Getting things like what?
Just
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes,
They
nigga.
get the
Like
wrong
black
shit.
folks, like winning, black
Yeah.
people winning. That would be
Yeah.
the end of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, like explain, because it sounds good.
Like,
Uh I
like if we the only,
guess
like if we the only ones left,
yeah,
bro.
stuff like that. Or like if Donald Trump was a black guy, that would trigger the end of the world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You don't even have to expound on that. That's
Yeah.
enough said.
Yeah.
If Obama was Donald Trump,
Cool.
nigga, we wouldn't be having this conversation, bro.
I'm saying, like,
What? What?
I'm kind of confused. Like when I said I'd be wondering what would cause like
The
I'm
end of the
saying
world.
what would be the turn of events or what would lead up to the government like I guess centering themselves in the middle of the country or the middle of the world or whatever, and then shutting everybody else out, like outside of their little military, and it's like we on our own.
Mm.
And like I'm trying to think because when I think of the end of the world, I be thinking of like some type of zombie apocalypse or widespread, like COVID kind of. You get what I'm saying? Like a
Yeah.
pandemic or some type of natural disaster.
Yeah.
But in those movies, like the government, as long as they can survive, they board themselves up in these little, you know what I'm saying? These little buildings or warehouses with the technology,
Right.
and everybody else is left out to fend for themselves. But I'm wondering, would it be like a zombie apocalypse? Would it be a revolt, like an uprising?
Yeah.
What would it take for the government to be like, oh, y'all got us fucked up. Y'all, this ain't that. We finna show y'all.
If like South Africa got nuclear weapons.
Right.
If
South
South Africa got nuclear weapons, that would make
Nah,
the government of the United States turn on
nah,
everybody who not
nah.
Nah,
That's
on the
close
government.
though.
that's
That's close.
close.
But somebody like
Nigeria.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like Congo, somebody that has a lot of resources and just was like, fuck it, we on some Iran shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? That might spark it up. Now, if Africa was unified like that, let's say Gaddafi was still alive, or somebody like that had got around to unifying Africa and having one currency like the euro in Europe and Africa
Right.
on some shit like that.
And base it
If
off
if
gold
if
is in Africa.
yeah, if they just got to that step in Africa, that'll probably that'll probably change some shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still a different type of colonialism going on right now. So if some shit like that happened, I could see that triggering off, or like what you said, like another pandemic or some shit like that, and you know there still being a MAGA president in office and MAGA leadership. Because see, something that's worse than evil, bro, is stupidity, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's some shit that when I moved here to Alabama, fucked my life up, bro. That's why I went down the road. It's not evil, it's stupidity, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got leading our country, dog. That shit is worse than any type of wickedness or anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of Gen Z first time voters that voted for Trump. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? They had no factual reasoning for voting for this nigga. And they are gonna be more than likely the ones that are gonna have to pay for that decision more than any other Americans, dog.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So man, like Latinos, excuse me, bro. I'm not trying to be racist, but just stupid. Not even trying to be just lack of knowledge, bro. Ignorance is worse than wickedness, dog, in my opinion, bro. Like, so man, I think that right there, that I guess I just answered my own response, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be the thing that triggers it right there, bro.
Mhm.
Stupidity, bro. It's not gonna be no. It's stupidity, bro. That's probably what makes the MAGA king so wicked for real, for real. It's the stupid shit that follows him and everybody around him, dog. And don't like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, them club snacks out there, bro, or them white backs are gonna say that I'm being racist and shit like that, bro. But I'm not, bro, because I done did stupid shit too. You feel me? But I'm just saying, that's how I can recognize it, man. You know what I'm saying? And the world sees it. And look at all these different um you could look at it from a military standpoint. Like if you just want to look at what's taking place in the Caribbean, just at what you previously said about what Trump is doing and how similar it is to what Russia has done. And look, we were never Russia's friends except since World War II. We have never been Russia's friends, bro. Thinking about the Cold War, thinking about the fact that they were paying bounties, you know what I'm saying, in Afghanistan and Iraq, they were paying, you know what I'm saying. I forget the dollar amount per hat, but they were paying for U.S. troops' heads. And it just really baffles me that MAGAs be talking about all this support for troops and shit like that, but you would support somebody who sides with some a motherfucker who was paying for the deaths of American troops, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit is just crazy to me, bro. That shit is crazy. These motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, were hacking into our defenses, fucking with our elections and shit like that. The word I was searching for was tampering with our elections and our national defenses with our cybersecurity and shit like that. And you're gonna, oh my god, bro! I'm telling you, it's stupidity, dog. Because none of that shit makes sense. This nigga even openly asked Russia to fuck with our shit. Why would a president even jokingly ask for Russia to investigate another opponent over here? Why would you ask Russia of all places? You know what I'm saying? Then when you even look at this motherfucker, bro, his wife and her parents are here on Einstein visas, bro. I've said that shit before, bro. But when honest Americans, people whose family have died just for the right to be called Americans, the civil rights, all that shit that has gone on, bro. And then you got motherfuckers just playing with that shit, bro. That shit's gonna push people's buttons, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. You have just seen white people try to take this nigga off. Imagine when black people lose their fucking patience, bro. What is America gonna look like?
Ugly day.
Because hasn't it already been a point where just you guys have grown up in Alabama, the fucking headquarters of the Klan, dog? Hasn't it been past the point where a black person could just walk out on the street, slap the shit out of one of these crackers, bro, and be justified just for the fuck of it, bro? Hasn't it been past that point? So just imagine, bro. Just imagine, bro. What could it take for the world to end up? Come on, man. It could be anything, dog. It could literally be anything at this point. You see how ICE playing around in Minnesota? ICE isn't even going through the states that voted for all of this border security and shit like that. Like they fucking with all these other states and Canada and shit like that. The problem is with the southern border.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they fucking with all these northern states like that? You see what I'm saying? These little gaslighting games and shit like that that are being played with people, bro. The reversal of all the civil rights, the whole Project 2025 shit, the whole propaganda of that, bro. Playing with just the gaslighting, dog. It's like a catalyst for a snowball effect. I think that is you're gonna see that shit spread like wildfire throughout the world, bro, man. And it's just kind of crazy that you started it with what had transpired in Ukraine and everything like that, and our leadership's relationship to Russia. You know what I'm saying? Just and being responsible with what I say. I know it's just a conspiracy theory, man, with a lot of things that I just previously stated, bro. But man, we just gotta open our eyes, man, and remember that the first law of nature is self-preservation. G. My bad for being long-winded, man.
Yeah. How you doing? definitely stupidity. Maybe a Category 6 hurricane in the DC or some wild shit, just cause a lot of anarchy, you know. I don't know. Any last thoughts on just where we are in the world and what we're doing?
Um, man, I think it's gonna be I think the new world order, bro, is on the horizon. I don't think America will be a superpower within the next 10 years. Um, if it's America at all, it might morph into something totally different. Who knows? But we'll be alive for it, man.
Yeah.
We'll be alive for the collapse, dog. We are gonna see it.
Okay.
They say China supposed to be on the way up. They say China next up.
Yeah. See, my thing about China is, unlike the US, China just has like one ocean. You know what I mean? The US has the Pacific and the Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that gives the US the advantage, just not being just in one spot. But China, they definitely say
So,
China is you know what I mean?
fifth
China is
generation,
the up
the,
and coming.
the fifth generation of warfare, the fifth generation of warfare won't be like how it was traditionally between terrorism and nation states. And it's like these small proxy wars. Now, the war is going to be on the people. We're not going
Yeah.
to know what's right from wrong, up from down. The war is going to be played on in our minds. What you see on social media, what you see on news media, like what are they going to call the truth? What can you actually trust?
Yeah, bro.
That's going to be the playground of the fifth generation of war, and then they're gonna play on us. They're gonna cut off some of our civil duty, like our civil services. They're gonna play with our power. They're gonna, might throw it, might make the telephone towers go down. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
China has access to, like from a cybersecurity perspective, China has access our like some sensitive data in the U.S. intelligence databases, and they say we don't have the infrastructure in place to like ward off some of these attacks. Um, they may be saying that from like a human resource perspective, because I think that's what they mean by. But we are just vulnerable in so many different ways, man. And I hope that
Yeah, yeah, and just to add on what Phil just said, just look at the U.S. culture. We're 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 really not together. You look at
Yeah.
China. You look at China because they're not diverse like us. It's
Hmm.
like everybody's Chinese and everything like that. Do you know how easy it would be for the Chinese to infiltrate anybody's society, bro?
yeah, bro.
Anybody, just in the form of just business. They could come with business. And like me and Phil is a little bit more savvy because of the IT shit, but it could just be something as simple. You guys have seen it in movies. Like it could just be something as simple as just putting a thumb drive, a jump drive in somebody's computer, bro. It could just be something as simple as what type of hardware these people are using, and most of it is being made in China, not in the Silicon Valley, bro. That's one reason why when he said like our infrastructure's not in place, I can see that because like most of our shit isn't even made here, bro. So
Yeah.
there's no telling what shit they already have over here, bro.
Hmm.
And then how much of this country do they own?
Yeah.
Anyway, how much of Mexico do they own? How much uh, the Caribbean do they own? Because I know the Chinese own a lot of Montego Bay and Jamaica.
Hmm.
Who's to say they don't own a lot of the Bahamas, a lot of real estate in Cuba and shit like that, bro? Like, man,
Yeah.
No, they do, man. Like
I know.
I've seen where the Chinese government will give their give some of their citizens like interest-free loans so that they can buy property in other countries.
Yeah, and no matter how long a Chinaman stays in Brazil or wherever they go, bro, they still will be Chinese, bro. You
Yep,
feel what I'm saying?
yep.
Still will be loyal to the chairman, dog. But look, man, yeah, and then they out there in Brazil, and BRICS is only growing, so and America is only burning bridges with old friends. Cause just think, we used to be major partners with China, bro. Hell, we freed them from their devastation, bro. Like China was gonna be Japan, fam.
Hmm.
You feel me? China
Yep.
was gonna be Japan or Germany, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like all them Bruce Lee movies, a lot of them Asian movies that was during the Japanese that was when the Japanese were in China, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like Ip Man and all that shit. Like
Yeah.
so man, and Russia, hell,
Yeah.
we helped them out. They would have been Germany. And now look at us. You know, so I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It's gonna be
But
wild to see what happens.
here's one thing just for editorials, I guess I'll kick it off, man. Man, in times like this, bro, I just am appreciative of something just as small as a Zoom podcast, bro, where I'm able to talk to other brothers who are sharp in other areas I'm not sharp in, and appreciate, how important it is to keeping your mind sharp, bro. And seeing how times I didn't keep my mind sharp, where that got me and where we are in the world, how important that is, man, especially the people who are parents out there and in positions where they have to, ensure that their young ones are in the best position to survive. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I appreciate y'all for keeping me sharp on that shit, bro, because I gotta keep the ones around me, you know, sharp if anything happens to me, man. And I mean, y'all know, bro, the world really has never been a black man's friend, bro. So yeah, it's important to have good friends around you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all, and that's me. That's my time.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate all of y'all. So this episode is gonna actually drop on Kane's birthday. So just want to give an early birthday shout out to KO4 TV. You know, on Monday. This is gonna go live. So salute to the homie, man.
Yeah, happy birthday in advance, Kate.
Yeah, happy birthday, G.
Hey man, I appreciate it, man. I really do. Um, you know, life, even though it passes you by, man, and it's gone, it flies by, um, you learn to appreciate stuff, because it's a kind of a cycle. You have seasons where you up, you have seasons where you down, you got seasons where you locked in, you got seasons where you just basking in the ambiance, just vibing, just living in the moment. And in doing this podcast, not only did I see an opportunity to help my guy do what he wants to do, seeing him being doing the blogs to where you more like typing out what you're saying is and then more so venturing into this format. um I just felt like it was a great opportunity that would maybe give me some purpose, you know. Um, so not only do I get to help my friend and be a part of what he trying to build, I get to do something I enjoy doing. Um, and it kind of, it kind of just worked out in my favor. It gave me something to look forward to every week. Ever since then, I've just felt like I have a little bit more life in me. You know, me and T, we were already, basically doing this once a week. We just weren't recorded. We would link up, we would chop it up and talk about current events. We would look at whatever sports is on or talk about whatever, we wanted to talk about. And so for us to be able to do this and to put it on wax and for us to be working towards something, I appreciate him for bringing me in. I appreciate y'all. Like like Cloudy said, difference in opinions, iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? Um, and just the fact that I get to chop it up is a blessing for me that I get to kick it with you guys, even though it's virtually. You know what I'm saying? Every week, and it's kind of you know it's just a blessing for me. Put it like that. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the birthday wishes. Um, and I feel like this is gonna change our life, man. I feel like this is really something that is gonna be something that we all actually, feel very proud and happy that we started. And I can see it actually being something, not only just something that we can do for funds or to make a living, but I can see it actually becoming something to where people actually look to it, like, what I'm saying, anticipate it, rather, you know? So I see a lot of ways we can, upscale, make it bigger, you know, and doing all this stuff, and we just gonna take it, slow by, brick by brick, you know what I'm saying? But we coming, you know. I'm just happy to be here, man. Even though I don't be feeling like it sometimes, because I be tired from work all week. I still get up because it ain't just for me. I gotta show up for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I would want y'all to show up for me. You know. So I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all.
So love you too, brother. Appreciate you doing this.
So, man.
All right. So, got anything else, or you gonna call it a wrap?
Yeah, we can call it a wrap, man. We can call it a wrap.
Yeah, I ain't got no soliloquy to say.
All right. Good, Cloud. All right. So, gonna sign
Hold
off.
up, man. Did this
All right.
nigga just
All
say
right. All
soliloquy,
right.
bro?
All right.
Yeah.
What's a
Soliloquy?
soliloquy?
That was some good shit, Phil. You took me back to English, AP English,
Yeah.
soliloquy.
Yeah.
He was talking about what me and you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that
All
shit
right.
in one word. He been listening to Drake and them niggas.
It's like a William Shakespeare. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I thought he was. Oh, I'm saying like I don't know. I just have the very Negro urge to ask somebody to spell soliloquy.
Shit, I couldn't do it.
SOLILOQUY, an act of speaking one's thoughts aloud when by oneself, regardless of any hearers, especially by a character in a play.
Hey, bro, that
Yeah.
nigga pull that shit up
Yeah.
quick as fuck, G. Real
Yeah.
shit. I thought he was gonna spit that shit off the top of the dome, but nah, boy. Hey, listen, that was some. Hey, that was some. That was, that was
Yeah.
too quick, bro. Hey, you just had that on the screen, Phil.
No, I was looking this shit up.
No cap. Hey, cause the way Kane called you out on that shit, that shit was Chris. He was like, I just want one of y'all niggas to spell soliloquy. And that nigga was like, SOL. I was like, God damn. You really, hey.
I ain't gonna lie, I was like, wow.
Nah, I seen his eyes though. The camera went to him when he was saying that. I was like, oh, this nigga reading off the screen, man.
I
This
was like,
nigga,
man.
he gonna define it for you. He defined it for you.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I gotta
Oh,
be
sure I can
quiet.
make these higher. Oh, that's fire.
Oh shit. That was G though, man. I fucks with that, bro. But yeah, bro. Real talk. He's basically saying we was long as fuck with our shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, y'all had a monologue, not a soliloquy.
Yeah, yeah, I'm already
It
knowing
was
that's what you
monologue.
meant, bro. But you dressed it up though, like when T was like Shakespeare and shit like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? He made it more like comedic. You
Yeah.
feel me? But I already knew you meant monologue. Like, yeah, I'm straight, bro. Y'all niggas got it.
All right. Well, till next time, till next week, I'm saying we'll have some more for y'all. Signing off.